Hello and welcome, everybody. We're still getting set up, and by getting set up, I mean just kind of shooting the shit about dumb shit while everything is muted. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm glad that everybody could show up. Kolani's back! Yay!
Hello, I'm back from my trip, and I have stories for everybody. But how is everybody in the chat doing this week?
Yeah, so while we're waiting for that, I want everybody to know that before he was even back, he messaged me and was just like, I got some shit to share. And I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah.
Uh,
The last time you were this early, the Primex were still in the pods. Man, that was a long time ago, eh?
uh,
God. Whew. Holy
yeah.
shit. My god. So, do you want me to just kind of get into it, or should we just kind of let the chat catch up a little bit to
No,
it?
no,
You know
no,
what?
no. Feel free to get into it. Because, like, we'll wait
Okay.
for people to show up, right? So, people start to show up a little late. It's fine. It's fine. But
It
go
happens.
ahead.
You know what? Yeah, yeah. All right. So, let's see. Gang, I went on a trip to Toronto. I keep wanting to say Nicaragua, but I didn't go to Nicaragua. I went to Niagara Falls.
Oh,
I went
yeah.
to,
Close enough.
yeah, close enough. I also went to Ottawa. So I've been around. I've been around southwestern Ontario recently,
Mm.
and yeah. By the way, Rand, thank you for the $2. They said make a video on Damon engines and clanky bastards.
It is in the chamber. There is something there. Don't you worry. I got a video on Tyranids in the work, and then some other things that have been requested of me quite a lot. But
Beautiful
yes,
content.
continue.
But as I was saying, I was out and about on a trip with a friend who I have, let's say, a romantic history with. However,
Yar.
yeah, but she and I at this point we're not like involved in that way. We're just good friends now. Okay, but we had to stay in a hotel together for in like a hotel room together for like five-ish days, 5 6 days.
Yeah.
And so we traveled together through the night. And on the way there, this must have been like some kind of omen or something because there was just a huge thunderstorm, like approaching on the way there.
Yeah.
And bro, it was fucking nuts. I'm in there in my Mazda CX-3 trying to navigate through waves of heavy rain, just like trying not to let us die as huge semi trucks are casting waves behind them just due to the pressure of it, and it's throwing me off. And it's so dark at this point because we left late after work that I can't even see the lines of the road, and I'm like starting to veer left and right. And I'm like, I try to back off from the truck that's in front of us, but it just makes everything worse. And so I start speeding up to like kind of ride up really close to this semi truck. And she's like, "What are you doing? Why are you speeding up so fast?" And I'm like, trust me, this thing's gonna protect us." And we just followed that thing. It was my freaking North Star, bro. That shit was keeping us alive. The two red tail lights of the semi truck in front of us, just absolutely being the goat at keeping us alive.
Yeah.
Bro, it was nuts. I could not see anything, and there was thunder and lightning cracking around us. She turned off the music, everything was silent, and I was just white knuckling that steering wheel. Eventually, like 30 minutes
I
pass
have to
of
pop the
this.
brakes because I need to ask a funny question.
What's your question?
If you had to listen to music at this point, like I mean crank it during this
Raindrops keep falling on my head, and just like a guy whose feet are too big for his bed. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no, just that while you two are having fucking literal panic attacks in like
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I like this.
'Cause
Keep
in my
going.
head, this is like the cold open to a movie while people are getting absolutely obliterated. You know?
Like record scratch. Now you're probably wondering how I got here.
Man.
Good times. Continue.
Yeah, good times. But then eventually we lived through it. We got through it. We stopped at Kingston. We got Popeyes. I'm so happy. I missed Popeyes so much. They don't have Popeyes and they don't have Taco Bell here in freaking in Quebec.
The first Popeyes to ever open on my island just opened like 3 days ago. I don't think there's ever been
Dude.
one here ever, and I'm waiting for it to die down before I go in, but I'm excited.
Go in, dude. It's my favorite chicken.
I've heard.
Popeye's my
I've
favorite
heard it's
chicken.
good.
KFC, nothing. It's nothing. Not
Okay.
nothing compared to Popeyes.
Yeah, I will say Raising Cane's after having that. Shout out to anybody who likes Raising Cane's because I had that for the first time like a little while ago. It's fucking good, but it's like it's just chicken strips. This chicken strips is probably the best chicken sauce I've ever had in my life, but like it's still just chicken strips. It's up there though. It's up there. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, but yeah. Anyways, so we get through this night, and we get to the hotel room, and things are all right. Just I need you guys to know she is from a very religious family, let's say,
Uh-huh.
from a part of the world that doesn't take too kindly to men not immediately marrying their women. That's as that's So if you haven't put a ring on it, stay the fuck away. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
if you haven't discussed anything with her family, of course, So her family still doesn't know, even after like 2 years of me knowing her and 1 year of dating. Or I guess not 2 years, almost 2 years of knowing her and 1 year of dating. That we Yeah, her family still doesn't know I exist. Okay, and so there were several times during this trip where I just had to kind of step away, while she called her family, make myself scarce. She had to kind of do video call her mom the first night as soon as she arrived at the hotel room. She's like, "Hide your shit and leave," and I was like, "Okay, cool." I went around, uh, but yeah, it was something, and dude, I just went, and it was fine the first night, and for every night, pretty much we had no issues with that problem because we're off and she can just kind of make it look however she wants, right? Foreshadowing. Um, but
Oh no. I don't like where this is
yeah,
going. I feel like
yeah.
there's okay, go on, go on.
Okay.
The
Going
tension is
on
building.
from
The
that.
tension is building. Okay.
So, um, we go around and we're hanging around Toronto. We hang the first day we go to Niagara Falls together, and it's just such a great time. We
Yeah,
hang
yeah, yeah,
around,
yeah.
we go do all the stuff and things,
Tourist stuff.
um, and it was good overall. We had its bumps that like every some disagreements like every trip does have, but the end the end of it was where things really went bad.
Okay. Oh, by the way, if
Because
I'm
like
quiet,
over the
guys, just let me
course,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She was country is she from initially? That I will not mention. We'll just say the Middle East, somewhere in the Middle East, in the Levantine. We'll say that. But yeah, we'll say that at the end of the trip, like things are going good, and honestly, like we're like our friendship is like getting better. We're communicating through things that previously were tough. Is it quiet? Am I quiet?
It
Hold
doesn't
on.
sound like you're quiet on my end. You sound quite
In your
loud.
end, maybe you might have me low.
It
Um,
doesn't seem like it. Desktop
you don't
audio.
have me
It
low.
does have a cutoff for some reason.
That's
Uh,
weird. Do you want to turn that off? I guess.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
Or do you want to make a special Discord thing?
Let me just check to see if there's like a cutoff. So
Yeah.
are like everybody are we like just genuinely quiet or is this just like
Is it just me? I can't
because
tell.
like you're
Cause
pretty
I'm
loud
Kalani.
for me actually.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No,
I
it's a
can't
good
tell.
thing. Advanced audio probably is not quiet on my
Bones is
end.
bullying.
Bones is bullying me.
I don't know. No, say not quiet on your side. So that might just be a skill issue on Volks'
I'm
side.
half volume. Okay, so like it's just okay, it's just one or two people. Okay, okay, cool. Continue,
Cool.
continue.
Carrying on with the story.
Things go to
So
shit.
things
Gotcha.
things are going great. Okay, we're on the last night, and I go out. I get us Taco Bell. I bring it back. We had a bit of a disagreement, but we talked through it.
Not
She
Taco
gives me a
Bell
big ol' hug.
disagreement.
Yeah, no, 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 no. But no, 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 not a disagreement. I just went and got us Taco Bell. I got us food. She gives me a phone call. She's like, "Hi, where are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I got the Taco Bell. I'm across the street." It's 11 o'clock when this happens. So I show up at the door. She hangs up. I come in. I bring the Taco Bell. We get some drinks. And us. And we're just chilling. We're watching a movie.
Yeah.
It's or we were watching Bruno. I don't know if you know. It's by the guy who made Borat.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I'm familiar.
So we were
That's a
watching.
choice.
Yeah, around 11:30, she starts getting calls from her dad on WhatsApp repeatedly, and we're like, "What the fuck happened?" And
Outside
she
the
sees,
window. I'm calling it.
no, no, no. She sees that her dad has been listening to us on the phone for 30 minutes. She sees the messages like, "Who's in your room with you?" And so like she calls her
Oh,
dad and she's like, what's up? And
oh.
she's like, she like signals to me with her hand like, get out now. And so she's like she turns on her camera, you know, and she's looking around the room, and I can hear, like, I know enough Arabic to kind of understand, like, show me the door, you know, so I run further down the hallway, and I'm like, oh my fucking god. For 30 minutes, her dad heard her in the room, and she luckily she had a movie playing, so she could be like, yeah, I was watching this movie. But her dad is like, oh my god, yeah, no, like there was someone in there, right? And
That's fucking
yeah,
terrifying.
that was terrifying. And so from that night, yeah, well, listen, she's from a different place that has different rules with a different religion. So
Of
yeah,
course, of
her
course.
being an adult does not change how they treat her. Also, woman. So kind of
Yeah,
troublesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're skirting around
Uh,
saying it, but I get it. I get it.
yeah, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
We
of
try to
course.
avoid these things, but it is what it is. And yeah, so
That is
we
unironically one of my goddamn nightmares. I'm like someone who really, really appreciates my privacy. Like in general, one of my biggest fears and nightmares in general is just being eavesdropped upon. Because like, I talk to myself all the time. I work out my own personal demons by talking to myself, just because like it helps me kind of sort my thoughts out a little bit more. Right? It's an ADHD thing.
yeah.
So like, if
Oh
someone
yeah,
was like
I'm the same way.
yeah, so someone's like listening to me when I'm talking about this like personal shit, I'm freaking the fuck out. Like that is like genuinely a nightmare, especially if it's like I'm with someone that like I have like an accord with, someone that I'm like friends with and talking to privately. If their parents were listening in on me, absolute fucking nightmare fuel. Jesus.
Yeah. So that was like the last night of our trip. And so for the entire next like basically 24 hours we were just silent. Like we barely spoke. She's like, hi, because she was like, she would not speak another word in that hotel room. She was texting me the entire time. She's like, hi, can you pack my stuff up? I'm kind of having like a million panic attacks right now. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. And so I pack up all of her shit, probably pretty badly, but I clean up everything and make it ready to go. I put all of my stuff in my car. I'm like, so things are so uncertain about how we're gonna go through the next day. We go to Ottawa the next day. I drop her off with a friend who also doesn't know I exist, because she knows her family and they hang out, and I spend like a whole day alone in
Nah,
crack addict Ottawa.
I got
Uh,
it. I got it. Also,
yeah,
Ottawa fucking sucks.
Ottawa sucks, dude. For the capital of the country, man, it is the shittiest town I've ever seen. It's worse than London, Ontario, which is
Really,
like one of the
London?
shittiest towns.
Yeah, well, actually, I've heard pretty bad things about London. I've just never.
London sucks now.
I used
Yeah.
to work with like moving companies back in the day. And it was horrible, but like I had to work across Canada, and like some of the like shit that I had to worry about was like people from like Toronto, Ottawa, London, and Hamilton. And I think like in order of like most incidents to least, it's like the top two were always, it depended on how bad the day was, but it was either Hamilton or or Ottawa. Both of them, I've always met the craziest and the worst people I've ever heard. But apparently,
Yeah.
if you just go to Hamilton, it's just a genuinely delightful place. Apparently, just the people that are trying to move in that place are terrible.
Yeah, no, it sucks. But yeah, friggin' oh, by the way, really quick,
Yeah,
Gilliam, $5. Hey guys, hope you've been well. Have a great stream. Won't be here long. Well, we're happy to have you, and thank you so much for the donation.
yeah. I see someone in the chat. I would rather walk through Toronto at night than go back to Ottawa. I
Real.
That
That's
is
what I did.
yeah. Well, it's like they're like okay. So I have so many friends that are afraid to like walk around their like town at night. I have never had any issues in my area, but I realize that I don't know about you. What about you, Cole? Have you ever had like any issues walk?
Montreal is so safe. Like
Yeah,
literally every woman I know isn't even bothered by walking around Montreal at night. Montreal is such a safe city.
yeah,
Like yeah, it has its characters, but like even them, they're
characters.
like as respectful as they get. You
Yeah.
know?
See, for me, it's like it's not. I live in like a shitty poo ass island that has like a lot of like issues. But like, I realize that it's a mixture of like, I kind of look like a shady character when I'm walking around late at night. But I realize that like some places are more dangerous than others, and like,
Yeah, but no one wants to fuck with you. You got the fucking dwarf build. Like you
yeah,
got the freaking big beard, big muscle build. Like you're not nobody's fucking with you, bro.
yeah, but
It's
I'm
like, hey
five
man, that
six.
guy might have what I want, but I don't want any smoke.
Yeah, I'm proud of that, and I appreciate that. That was very nice of you to say. But yeah, so I will say fucking your little soiree in the middle of fucking Toronto sounds horrifying. It sounded great until like the last 5% where everything went to shit for no reason other than
Yeah.
magic.
Just somewhat just some like listen, she literally just like accidentally tapped something on her phone when she was hanging up and that absolutely fucked everything. And I was like, "Oh fuck." And I like it's there's so many things. Like I'm doing this thing to myself where I'm like there's so I should have done something. I should have checked. But it's like what could I have done? Literally, there's nothing I could have done, you know? And it's awful. It's just one of those things
Yeah,
where
right.
sometimes it feels like maybe I should have even come here. Maybe I should have even gone on this trip. I don't know fucking know, you know? It's like, man.
It's what I always say. Like my most recent um like a philosophical adaptation um is it's better to do something and regret it because you did it rather than not do it and regret that you never did it, right?
You're
So
right.
it's
Yeah,
better to
true.
do it, and that's kind of what I've been doing. So I wouldn't regret it. Like I doubt that it's ever gonna really be
Oh
an
no, I don't
issue.
regret it. I still enjoyed the time, but I wish the ending could have been different. That was
Yeah,
fucked.
no, I didn't exactly stick the landing on that one, but like it's
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Man, to be honest, I didn't have much to do with it. It just kind of happened that way.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
literally, the problem was that I was there, you know?
Yeah, there's some sneaking around that happens. Um, it it is particularly annoying, but I've had to live that life before. I
Real T over here asking the most important question: did I get to smash? No.
I
That was not my priority, by the way. I
nah
should have you know.
nah. There's which is that's a very mature way to go about it because I know a lot of guys who wouldn't be in the same mental position as you because like being in a hotel room with someone that you have had that kind of relationship in the past, if I remember correctly, was that's a prime situation for those kinds of things. And
That's what people tell me, but listen, I know her. She was like that, you know.
that's what
It's
people
like,
tell me. Okay, well, fuck me, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making shit up.
no, no, you're not making shit up. No, everybody I spoke to was like, yeah, you guys are gonna fuck, and I was like, I know damn well we are not.
Yeah, nah, I get it. I get it. It shows a strength of character that you did not. I think that's a good thing. I think it's a great thing.
You act like I had a like it was like no, I just didn't think it was gonna happen. I didn't think the energy was there in that way.
Perfect. Even better. I don't know, man. I'm just thinking. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Like
But
I like of course I was like open to it in terms of like, yeah, maybe, but I highly doubt it, you know?
okay, Jay Pankster, I'm gonna say fucking chill. What the fuck?
No, brother. Your zoomer is being in proximity to a breeding machine was a record.
What the?
Not for me. Not for me, bro.
I am.
But
First of all, I'm like on the cusp of not even being Gen Z. I'm in that like dark age where like if it was like 10 days away from being Gen Z, I'm technically in the millennial bracket.
yeah.
But yeah, nah, man, I'm not. It's kind of not even my motivation either. I'm kind of just doing my own thing. Um,
Yeah.
But regardless, well, best moms and 40K. That would have been a great video idea for today, but I'm too stupid for that. I don't know too many moms. I know the generic one is to say Gilliman's mom, but I don't know. I could figure out some funnier ones than that.
Yeah.
Um.
But speaking of women, I got another story.
Oh God.
This one happened last night, though.
Oh my God! Can I just say you messaged me at the weirdest time, and I'm not even gonna say anything. If this goes to where I think it's gonna go, I can add on to this, but I don't want to spill. I don't want to spill yet because it's funny.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, I went to a friend's like birthday bonfire in the middle of like the country, and there was and it was just a bunch of people that like I didn't know. Like literally, I know this guy through work, and we became friends that way.
Yeah.
And I carpooled with a friend of mine, so I was able to drink and just be chill. And so I don't know. I was more social out of the most social out of me and my friend that I carpooled with and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But so I was just hopping around talking to people, and there was this, and I was just trying to get to know people. And for some reason, when we pulled into the place, I thought there would be it would just be like a bunch of 20 somethings, maybe 30 somethings, hanging around there.
Yeah.
But then I see like two kids running around, and I'm like, who the
Ooh.
fuck's kids are these? At some point, I meet whose kids those are, and wow.
Okay, so we are going there. Am I allowed to?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to tell them what you asked me last night?
Hold on. Let me say. So this is how I met her. So I was talking to people, and like the most beautiful Latina lady like walks down, and I'm like, who is that? And she comes up, and she's like the type to give you like a peck on the cheek, and I was like, whoa, like I was I'm not worthy. What do I do?
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day for real. And so I was talking to this lady. No. Like this lady, she goes and she sits down alone, and she's like talking to her kids, and her kids don't even speak like French or English, like they kind of do barely, but like they're learning. And so she speaks mostly just English and Spanish, and she's from like a Latin American country I will not describe. But yeah, she is just. And she's just sitting alone, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why is nobody coming to talk to this lady? So I go walk up to her. For some reason, everyone at this function was like super antisocial. I don't know why, but
I get it. I'll be honest.
weird.
Whenever you go to like a bonfire party of any kind, I've been to 3 in my entire life. It's always the same. It's either actually wait no, 2 of them were a bunch of awkward guys that I knew from university, just kind of standing around a fire, and one guy tries to make a speech, which is weird, and then the third one is my dad getting really drunk because I invited him, and a bunch of my other friends being like, fuck it, if Ed's getting drunk, let's go, let's do it, and then they all get blackout, and I'm just the only sober guy there who's just like, anybody else want a hot dog or something? I got some weenie roast in here. Like I just like fire, so I'm just there for it. But yeah, continue.
No, but yeah. Well, before I go up to talk to this lady who's like this like beautiful goddess woman sitting alone, I'm just like, so who is that? And they're like, oh yeah, that's this lady. And they're like, she's here. She works for the guy who owns this like horse farm, and who's this like really eccentric, interesting like Scottish guy. Who I don't even know. Like this dude's got like records like in the book. So I'm not gonna mention who, because again, I don't want to give too much info, because this lady was like running away from like ex gang affiliated partner.
This lady has a backstory. You're just getting lore. Like I can't even describe it. It's like a history or her story. No, it's literally you're just getting weird lore from some lady at a party.
Yeah, I know. And she was just like, she tends to the horses on this farm, and she's like crazy. No, she's not crazy, but it's like she's got this crazy story to her, and she's just like the most chill, normal lady. And so like I go up to her and I talk to her, and she just has like a good time talking to me, and I don't know why. And most of the other people just kind of didn't walk up to her. And at some point, she puts her hand on my leg, and I'm like, "What the fuck? What do I do?" She's like she's talking to me. She's
Can
laughing.
I
We're having a good time.
please tell them what you immediately messaged me probably minutes after this happened?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm not gonna read it verbatim, but he messages me and he's just like, I was asking him like, "Hey, you gonna watch the movie? Because we're gonna talk about that." And he mentioned that, oh yeah, I got invited to a birthday bonfire, and verbatim, this is what he said to me here. "I met a sexy Latina MILF here, dude. The fuck do I do? She touched my leg. I can't tell if she's touchy-feely or if she wants me."
Yeah.
And I said the
Everyone out here,
exact
like,
same
run.
thing I always do. Hey, stories are better than not stories. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, listen, she was a very stable individual. She just has a crazy past. But
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, everyone out here telling me to run. I didn't have to. She had to go put her kids to bed, but not before. I went and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go meet other people at this party. I come back and some tiny other Mexican guy is talking to her that also works there, and she's just like, ha, okay, and she leaves and goes to put her kids to bed, and I'm like, fuck, I wanted to talk to her more. Shit, I'm an idiot. I should never have walked away. But yeah, no. Then she goes to put her kids to bed, and I never saw her again, and I probably never will again. So, to the relief of the chat, no, I'm not getting involved with another woman with problems.
Good times, good time.
Yeah, not to say I've given up entirely, but
Hey,
stable individual works in the stables. But hell yeah, exactly.
hell yeah, fantastic.
Excellent.
I gotta say, you live like a kind of like same energy as the life that I live, but completely different way of going about it.
What do you mean?
Like you put yourself in situations that I could never find myself in, but I do I'm the type of guy that if I go to a random location, I'm like, I've never heard of this place. Let's go and fuck around and see what happens. But it's never oh, I end up at a bonfire party interacting with Latina MILFs. I'm just like, oh hey, there's an art exhibition. Let's go bully some poor mom who got dragged there by her art student son. That'd be kind of fun. That's pretty cool. And it always just ends with very odd interactions on my end, but I say this because you live a very interesting lifestyle, I will state.
It's not even that I go out of my way to do so. I just end up here.
You just, yeah.
I'm genuinely, if you ask anybody in my life, they'll say Joe's a really boring person who leads an interesting life.
I don't know, man. You kind of invite this shit on yourself. You seem like you're never pushing back, which is a good way to be. You should always invite weird shit, because weird shit's always fun. But yeah,
it is.
Nah, I don't know, I think I mentioned this, but the only interesting thing that happened to me this week is I got kicked so hard in the tummy during kickboxing that I had to take the next 2 days off. It hurt. It really, really did.
Oh my god, dude. Bro got his fucking organs bruised.
Yeah, we were doing kick drills and combinations, which I had never really done before. And so we were just doing it, and what happened was, it was oh my goodness, elated Megalodon. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've spoken to you. That's crazy. I've dragged myself from my antlion pit and scuttled my way here to do 2 things: donate money so you can eat, and ask if you have ever listened to or heard of the band Deer Hunter. I actually have heard of them. I don't think I've listened to them before.
I have not.
I get around a lot when it comes to music, so I tend to listen to a lot. But yes, thank you for the 20 pounds. I appreciate it. But regardless, we were doing kick drills where we got into groups of 3, and I had made a pact with an individual. This individual was how do I put this? It's just this unspoken bond of I saw his berserk tattoo, and he also was the same phenotype as me, shaved head, beard, you know,
Yeah,
short,
I get you.
same guy. I look at him and I'm like, partners? I did that like last week, and he's like, yeah. And then we had like a good time. It was cool. So I did that again with him this week, and we got this other guy who was like this tall, very tall looking like individual with like bleach blonde hair and like short stubbly hair. It was that, and he's like, he had no muscle on him, but he had really long legs, and I was like, oh, I only knew him because like I saw him going really goddamn hard on the heavy bags when we were there like a couple weeks ago, and I haven't seen him since. I saw him like one day, but he came and I was like, okay, we're doing kick drills, so go get the kick bag. It's like this riot shield looking thing that's like a fuzzy mat with handles on the back of it, or not fuzzy, but like it's a mat. You're supposed to kick it, and one person holds it, and then the other two people are on either side, and one person kicks, the other person kicks, one person kicks, the other person kicks. It's back and forth until we sound the alarm, and then we rotate. So the person on the left gets the kick bag, and then the person who was getting kicked gets to go there. And I didn't start. I was like the second person to show up, and I was like, okay, I've never kicked before, so they were coaching me on like proper form and what to do. And guy came over to me, and like first guy kicked, it was the guy with the berserk tattoo. He was a bro, he didn't kick too hard, it was cool. And then the other guy, I don't know what I did, but that man kicked me so hard I actually made a noise, and I'm not proud of it.
Oh man.
No, it was so
Can you recreate it?
it was literally, and the thing was, there were kids in that room, and I felt bad because it was a, oh fuck, like it was, because it startled me because there was a lot of force behind it, and my glasses came loose also.
Bro got the fucking anime like knocked a million miles away type shit fucking
Yeah.
hit where he smashes into the wall.
Yeah, like, dude, this is one of those moments where, like, I've never been in a martial art. Like, I was in Taekwondo when I was 10, and that shit didn't even count. I was there for, like, 2 weeks, and that's it. But, like, this is the first time I hit that wall of, like, oh, this ain't, like, gym class. Like, if I go and, like, he's hitting me too hard, they're gonna be like, yeah, that's the point. Like, I'm just like, oh, fuck. And the thing was, I didn't know that you had to hold your hand directly against your stomach, like against your chest, because like I held it out a little bit because I didn't think they'd be kicking it. So what he did was he kicked me, and my arm went flying back, bounced off my stomach, and like, you know, so I ended up punching myself in the stomach every time he kicked me until I realized, oh, that's what I had to do. And this motherfucker, good for him. That's awesome that he can do that. I'm not shaming him for being strong. That is ridiculously powerful how strong his kick is. Maybe it's not even that strong, but he's kicking so hard that when I have like a foot of foam in front of me, I am still like, I need a break, guys. 1 second, my tummy hurt. Like, the fact that it is literally just him, it's crazy how strong that was. But man, maybe back off a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Because, like, legit, when he was done and we were done the kick drills, I was like, I think I need to go home. I actually am nauseous right now. I feel like I'm actually going to puke. He kicked me that hard in the stomach. And it was over and over again because I didn't back off. I wasn't going to fuck up someone else's lesson. And, so yeah, I ended up doing that, and I ended up getting through the rest of the class. It wasn't the worst, but whatever. I was like, man, okay, my stomach's starting to settle, whatever. So and also say, chat, don't hate on people like that. If someone does that, that's because they're trying to get better, and I think that's great. I got to start somewhere, so you know, there's that. But quick question, because I remember you mentioned before you're from a smaller, more low crime rate area. Oh no. I never really got into fights as a kid. I got my ass kicked a lot because I talked a lot, and I'd get the shit kicked out of me. But like other than that, no, I never really got in any fights. I was a pacifist with a big mouth. That's kind of how that always was. But and yeah, no, it was a very humbling experience, but that's why I never want to like downplay anybody. I will say the fact that he was wearing a mouth guard during basic training was kind of cringe, but like whatever. But after that I went home and I was like, man, my stomach hurts a lot. And then I went and I was going to go grab a nice hot shower, you know. I had like a steak that I pulled out of the fridge, and I was like cooking up some like sweet potato fries. I was getting a good combo. And then I went in and I took my shirt off and I was like, because you got to admire the progress. And I'm like, it's crazy because I'm getting gains in areas that I've never had gains from, just straight up working out. Because I've been working out for like at least 10 years now. Like I started going to the gym when I was 20 and like I put on like decent mass, but like there's some places that I'm like, how the fuck how do you get forearms? Everything I've tried never worked. I'm getting forearms now, which is crazy. And now that
You're
like
getting that Popeye's arm.
yeah, kinda. It's kind of aesthetic too. I'm noticing like genuine differences after like 3 weeks, and it's all because I'm punching shit. Because that's all stabilization muscles. It's just there for that. Um. So I I took my shirt off and I looked in the mirror and like it's just like my entire tummy yellow with bruises, and I'm like, oh, that's why. That sucks. And the next morning, not yellow, purple black. I was like, oh, that's not good. That's really not good.
Yeah.
So, and it's all in the shape of a handprint of where my hand exactly was when I was getting kicked. So the next 2 days, I was like, if I get touched there when I'm in like any kind of practice, it's like, yeah.
It's over.
But
You're
yeah,
cooked.
also, that guy, if they walked in with a mouth guard, beware. They know how expensive teeth are. This is just classes. We do sparring on Tuesdays, which is when you actually start hitting people. No, this guy, we were just doing drills and like exercises and shit. I don't know. It always felt weird to me. Maybe I'm just not getting something, or maybe he's just getting ready to get hit. But like, I haven't been hit in the face yet, which is going to happen. It's part of it, but yeah. If it's cool, mind if I ask a hobby question? Where's your terrain game at? Non-existent. I just print terrain. That's it. I'm pretty shit at it. But yeah,
Nice.
so that's kind of been my week. I've mostly been in bed crying because I got kicked in the stomach too hard. So yeah. Regardless, for those who don't know, I think this is now a good a time as any to swing into the crux of the stream because we got an audience here. So for those who do not know, every week, as long as Kolani's here because he does things and so do I, so if we're together, we are engaging in something. How do I put that? We're engaging in something that I affectionately refer to as the Ultimate Book Club. It is a completely lifted idea that is stolen from a podcast by the name of Versus Wolves, where every week me and Cole are going to meet up, and back and forth we are going to recommend something for the other person to engage with. You guys as an audience are allowed to engage with it as well if you see fit and want to engage in the conversation. And we started that last time he was here, which was 2 weeks ago, and I want to discuss it today. So if you guys were here, you will know exactly what we are talking about. But if you can tell by the image that you're seeing on screen right now, the interesting Japanese man with the lighter in the background, that is a character from the film Cure by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, which is what I recommended to him. So, Kolani, what did you think of the film?
Okay, I thought, first of all, generally, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a great movie. I was watching it from the comfort of my bed. Very bad idea. Because this movie is very relaxing. It, on purpose, lulls you into this strange sense of like, just, I don't know. It's like it's trying to numb your brain while also like subtly influencing it with fucking crazy shit. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
which is very on purpose because I guess how much are we gonna spoil this movie, because we can't really guarantee that everyone has seen the movie.
So,
I guess we're not.
That's what the warning is. Talk about it with as many spoilers as you want. I will say, even if you get spoiled to this movie, it's still kind of hard to not enjoy.
It's because the thing is,
it
tells you everything from the start.
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place in a good way. Like there's a lot of ways to interpret different aspects of the film. And I think that it's like reading Berserk, which I've been doing. It's like, even though I know a lot about what's going to happen in it through spoilers and shit, I know that what I'm going to be engaging with is peak. It is just peak. So I still enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
But regardless, feel free to spoil whatever you want. So like focus in. So like
Sure thing.
tell me your synopsis, or at least what you think of the film.
Sure thing. But real quick, Evan Colin said, "Damn, I still have to watch that one. Best way to stream it? It's on the Internet Archive for free to watch, which is how I watched it on my phone."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
And if
but
you, it's also like available on YouTube to rent, which is how I did it originally. Um, and it's like pretty cheap to do. So I think it's like $1. But
yeah,
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, true. But yeah. So Cure is a movie about a detective who is trying to figure out what is the source of all of these strange murders that seem to be completely unrelated one to the other. People in their homes are turning against their loved ones for seemingly no reason. And when asked by detectives why they did it, they'll say, well, it just seemed like what I was supposed to do in the moment. You know, much later, once they realize what they've done, they're horrified at their own actions. You know, some of them try to kill themselves and smash their heads against the wall, but they don't they know that just in that moment it seemed like killing their partner at work, in life, a friend, a client, a coworker,
Hmm.
whatever. You know, it just seemed like the thing to do in that moment.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
and none of these people know each other, and they're all slicing X symbols into the chests of their victims. And so the detective is trying to figure out what could possibly be causing these people to do it, and he's being followed around by a psychiatrist who, for the most of the movie, is just kind of being lazy and not really engaging with this detective series. But eventually, the detective thinks, and alternatively, you're occasionally being shown what happens before some of these murders, you know, and so you find out
Yeah.
there's this mentally ill guy with amnesia walking around and asking these people questions. You know, he can't answer their questions, but he knows everything about them. And he's for some reason he knows everything about their lives,
Yeah.
and he's able to hypnotize them to get them to do these things.
Mamiya is probably one of the most chilling villains I've ever seen in a film.
Yeah.
I will say, this is one of those movies that probably transgresses all boundaries of like language and culture, because it, even if you are not like a native Japanese speaker, you can tell that these are some of the greatest performances in acting. This is like the guy who
Yeah.
played Mamiya. He has this like this lilt to him, this kind of like lackadaisicalness that he almost feels like he's moving around piloted, where every single individual part of his body is moving independently. Like he just seems like he's about to fall over at any given point. But the thing that you learn really quickly in the film is that he is single-handedly one of the most dangerous people to encounter in the film. Because if you
Mhm.
encounter him, all he has to do is just talk to you for a few minutes and
Mhm.
it's over. You are going to do something horrible. And I think it's so interesting.
Yeah. And it's really interesting that you have like this emotionally stunted detective who is not willing to engage with anybody because he's just so emotionally damaged by everything he's been through in life. That he is like basically for most of the movie the one person who Mamiya is not able to control.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh God, his name. Takabe, I believe. I could
I,
be.
uh, I I feel like that might be it, but I'm hold on, let me just check up. Cure cast. 1987. The fuck? John Fear. Hold on.
Is it subtitled? Yeah, no, it is 100% subtitled.
It is
It's
subtitled, yes.
yeah. I don't think there was ever like an English dub released, but it is. Again, the original Japanese is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenichi Takabe.
Takabe, yeah, yeah, that's his name. That guy, like, his actor,
Koji
Koji
Yakusho.
Yakusho, yeah, he is phenomenal. There's like this one scene, and this is like a spoiler, but like unironically probably the best scene, or at least my favorite scene in the film. So for context, Takabe, the detective who is in this film, is he's coming apart. And it's not even specifically because of the case. He's doing the cases because it's his only way of exerting his control over his circumstances. He's a damn good detective. And because he's a damn good detective, he is able to figure out all of these things. But because he can't figure out this case involving Mamiya, his life begins to unravel, and you find out the reason why he has to exert control over his life in this way is because it's not directly said, but his wife has some form of dementia, like early onset dementia. So he is like, so his wife, there's just so many like interesting details that like he'll come home to his family every now and then, and you'll hear this thrumming in the background, and it's this like whirring machine noise, and every time he comes home, you'll notice that he'll go to the laundry room to find that the dryer is running. He'll turn it off, go to sit down, try to enjoy the rest of his night, and then you'll hear that his wife had turned it on again, thinking that there was laundry that needed to be done. And it escalates further from that because he's slowly losing the woman that he fell in love with. And an interesting fact that you might not have noticed is that every scene that Takabe is in, you can actually hear that noise. It's always there. The noise of the dryer. It's quiet, but you can always hear the thrumming in almost every scene he's in. They just edit it so that it's almost impossible to perceive.
Yeah, and also it's like in general, every scene has this weird, like it's not just the dryer. There's always some kind of other like element of
Yeah.
like repetitive noise that you tune it out, but it's always there, and it makes the scene so eerie because it feels, I don't know, like you can always, like you can maybe have an idea, like it always feels natural for it to be in the scene usually,
Yeah.
for that noise to be there.
Yeah.
But it's really an amazing, the sound design in that movie is amazing. There are scenes where they're super quiet, like where there's no noise, where you feel like there should be, and all you hear is this constant humming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very interesting. One of my favorite scenes, as I was saying before, um, there is just this like one scene where uh Takabe suddenly thinks to himself, wait, I don't know where my wife is. I don't know what she's doing right now. And in his mind, he's like, there's something wrong. Um, and he ended up like immediately rushing home, and he walks in because like you keep meeting his wife, and you see like doctor's appointments for his wife, and eventually you get to this point where he comes home as he's like, wait, all of these like combined elements together infer that there's something wrong with his wife, and he can't figure out why he feels this way, but he rushes home. He walks into his room like he has all this time, and for the first time in the entire film, and I think this might be the only time, the dryer isn't like thrumming, it isn't
Running.
whirring in the background, because he finds his wife hanging from the ceiling, like she's hanged herself in a moment of lucidity. And the acting that this man puts out of just a man fucking collapsing in on himself, I have never seen someone pull this off. This isn't like, oh, he starts scream crying. No, it's like he falls to his knees, and just, it's so natural and it feels so very real. But then it cuts to like a perspective of seeing his reaction on the ground as he's looking up at his dead wife, and he's just like, I can't even recreate it. It's impossible. But he looks at them, he just has a breakdown, and then it cuts to behind him to show that what he's seeing is not real. And he immediately comes back to reality as the whirring of the dryer, it just immediately comes back into the scene as his wife is looking over him and seeing, is everything okay? Are you all right? And then he just gets up and realizes he might have just had a mental breakdown. And it's just one of those scenes that's like, it's almost completely wordless except for that last little bit, and it just conveys so much. I'm trying to find it online because it's a really good
Yeah.
scene.
You know what? Yeah, I don't know. I think I really like that scene too as well. Though I mean, you could probably find it by just scrolling through the Internet Archive upload of the movie if you want to. Yeah, but
Potentially.
I think it's really cool, like, because you're watching this man slowly deteriorate and realizing how much he's just putting on himself.
Yeah.
Um, and I think something that really happens is like the twist is at some point he does kind of like engage with Mamiya, but you're not entirely sure after that point whether or not it works on him.
It is
You know?
one of those moments where you're like, does it or does it not? Because it's really hard to tell. And I love that little get back scene at the end where, like, Mamiya is like, it's like, I remember who I am now. That's crap. Bang, 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 bang. Like, just cuts him off. Just fucking mag dumps into him.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's really good actually. I just love the fact that I think it's also because Kiyoshi Kurosawa is likely one of the best directors I've ever seen. I've watched a lot of not a lot of, but like I've watched a decent amount of movies that he's done. Like he's done Pulse, Cure obviously, and fucking drawing a blank here, but like he's done a lot of really good like shit, and he just genuinely has this like eye for filmmaking that you will never truly. I think I found it. 1 second. I'm going to.
Evan says, I don't think YouTube would like that clip on its servers. Yeah, probably
I
not.
mean, it is on YouTube servers. I found it on a YouTube short. Second, let me just check really quickly.
Evan says he made Pulse really like that one.
Yeah,
I haven't watched that. I think this might be the first Kiyoshi Kurosawa movie I've ever seen.
well, it's because he's one of those directors that's like, um, he's not. I don't want to say exclusively Japanese, but he does make films specifically for like a Japanese audience. Like
Mhm.
this entire film could also be considered a critique of like the Japanese police officers and how they deal with specific situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
Um,
deal with people with mental illness and stuff. Yeah,
yeah. Man, should I show this on stream?
probably not.
Yeah, I'm realizing it now. It's like, yeah, maybe YouTube won't actually differentiate, even though I'm showing it from its own thing. Ah, whatever. It's a good scene. It's a
Yeah,
good scene. It is a good scene.
yeah,
Um,
it's a very good movie.
but yeah, one of my favorites is like Ari Aster, the guy that made Midsummer and all those lovely little gems.
Yeah, didn't he make Bo is Scared?
Yeah, I liked
Or was it
Bo is
I
Scared.
hated that
I
movie.
thought that
I hated
was
that movie.
I got what he was trying to do. I got it. It was cool. I thought I
I did not get it. I thought maybe, and then I was like, no, not really. I don't care.
they just wanted to make a
Especially the
movie.
ending.
Yeah. They just wanted to make a movie to show you what an anxiety attack felt like. And I'm like, success, but also this is weird.
Yeah,
But yes,
the bit with the penis monster at the end really threw me off.
yeah, it's yeah, but yes, Ari Aster is quoted as saying that there is an argument to be made that Cure by Kiyoshi Kurosawa is the greatest film ever made, and I'm like, I could see it. I don't think I agree
Yeah.
with it, but like I could see that there is in fact an argument to be made.
I will say, has this like sense of restraint that I really appreciate.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Um,
perfectly restrained.
that I really love how much they just kind of like how often they just hold on long shots
Oh
and
yeah.
how talented all the actors are. You can tell these actors are probably like from theater or something like that because of how well they just hit all of their marks. They have that discipline. They never once make you feel like you're watching a movie. It all feels just kind of like you were just so engrossed in the story the whole time. It's amazing.
Hmm.
Uh, Although I will say there is one thing that kind of felt like a little rough to me, but I think it's just because they didn't really know what to do with the edit there. It's the bits where for some reason someone gets these flashes of like Mamiya's house.
Was it the monkey noise?
The fucking and other shit that just flashes for like half a second, and it happens like twice through the movie.
It it does, but it's there are a few things that can be criticized for the film. I do like there's a lot of research that you can do on this because like the technical term for what Mamiya is a mesmerist, which is following that like French philosopher that they talked about in the
Yeah, Mesmer.
yeah. Mesmer is the person who invented the word mesmerism, which is a type of hypnotism that existed back in the day. It was like a philosophical belief, and it was also like a practical belief in a weird way. Because of that, it led to like a bunch of very weird offshoots of people who thought that the true nature of the human being of all human beings needs to be coaxed out. It cannot be like intentionally pulled out by yourself. You need to get someone to pull it out of you, which is what mesmerism is weird.
Bro, I looked up Mesmer on Google, and all I see is the boys wiki, and I just see a picture of Haley Joel Osment, and I laughed.
That's really funny. That's really
I can't.
funny.
Haley Joel Osment is just Sora to me. I'm sorry. He just every
Yeah,
time I see his face, I'm
yeah,
like, I
it's
think
never not.
me.
Every time he's on something, you can tell he's trying really hard not to hit the Sora range, but whenever he starts screaming, it's hard not to hear it.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah.
Precious said the scene where Takabe is talking to the therapist and the camera slowly pans to the X on the wall was amazing.
Yeah, that was a really good scene.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. And like the therapist like starting to scratch on the walls as well was really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love that. I love those scenes.
There's a
There's
lot
so
of
many amazing
restraint.
scenes in this movie.
Yeah, it's a very good movie, and I think it also is one of those films that like I really like just because of how much it respects the audience. It respects your intelligence.
Yeah.
Like this isn't a movie for someone who doesn't like slow movies. That's the only thing that I could say. Like up to personal preference, it's a very slow film. If you are the type of person who doesn't like movies that go relatively slow, then I could see why you wouldn't like this film. But if you're someone
Yeah.
who enjoys just like
And
long shots, I can enjoy it. Like that first shot with Mamiya on the beach where it's just a tracking shot of him walking and eventually he starts talking to that other guy on the beach and that's it.
yeah.
That's pretty much the entire movie. There's not a lot of dialogue in the entirety of the film, but there's quite a lot of very powerful acting. So a lot of the intention and the meaning is conveyed through the acting physically as well as like expression work. It's very
Yeah.
very clean and it respects your time and intelligence. But yeah.
Especially it's really impressive how much you learn about Mamiya through his acting, despite how little the character tells about himself, purposefully so.
Yeah, it's like every now and then he will
He lets
like
a little slip.
sorry?
Oh no, he lets a little something slip.
Yeah, every now and then he'll let it slip that he's just like you know, motherfucker, you know what you're doing. It's just a fucking act. You just put yourself into this trance and then you could fucking trick people or some shit. And I like I like the back and forth of this like the meta narrative of is this magic or is this just weird hypnotism bullshit? And to be honest, we don't really know. It could be either. Because
Hmm.
he'll say something every now and then, and it could be like, because there's two possibilities. Either he is literally tapping into the deep seated psyche of a human being and able to read their minds literally and find out what is in their heart's desire and then force it out of them, which is dark. Or he's hypnotizing you and implanting ideas in your brain subliminally through his method of speech. Like, did the nurse that he worked on him secretly actually want to kill people and skin them? We don't know. Maybe he just put that there, or maybe she did just want that and he can read minds. So it could be literally all over the place, right? And I kind of
Hmm.
dig it, you know?
I dig it too. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah. It's very interesting. But I will I will chalk that up as whatever. So,
Mhm.
with Cure finally out of the way, it is your turn. So for those who don't know, because I noticed that we gained about like 10, 15 people. Every week that me and Kolani are going to be streaming, we're going to go back and forth and recommend something for the other person to do. We have to do it with the only caveat being if we've already done it before, we don't really need to. And so I recommended Cure by Kiyoshi Kurosawa. It's his turn to recommend something to me. And if you guys want to follow along, feel free to engage with it at the same time I am, and so you can participate in the discussion next week. And if you do so, feel free to enjoy the inside jokes. But yes, you have the stage, Kolani. What do you have to
Okay.
treat me with?
I've got options, gang. I've got options, and chat, I might need your help to decide what it is I am recommending to my dear friend here. Do you have the capability of making a poll for me
Bu- 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 bu-
in
bu-
the YouTube chat? Is that a thing that you can do?
Yes, I can engage with audience. Start poll. What are my options?
All right, so I will put the options down here on Discord for you to paste each and every one of them. So we have three options, all right? There are three different manga that I would love to get Connor to read. But or I guess Arthur,
It
as you
doesn't
guys
matter.
know,
People know
to
that
read.
Arthur's not my real
Yeah,
name.
yeah, true. But yeah. So number one, it's a comic I've been loving for a long time, ever since chapter 1 came out, just because the vibe is so chill, and that is Ruri Dragon. Ruri Dragon is a manga about a dragon girl who she's just going through life, realizing that she's not quite like other people, and she's like having to have a different experience growing up, and she's navigating through that. Um, but that's one. So it's a really good manga. It's so chill, and everyone's super nonchalant. It's
By the
just a
way,
vibe, and
is that a
it's not
typo
too
for
many
the second
chapters.
one, or is it actually OTR?
Yeah, that's how it's spelled.
Okay.
So the second one is a brand new manga. Its first chapter literally dropped today. And I'm gonna read this no matter what. I just found out it dropped today because I don't know. I was busy when the Shonen Jump for the week dropped. But Odor of the Flame, or Otter, I don't know. Otre of the Flame, Otoru, I don't know. But it is a manga by the same author as the Hunters Guild Red Hood, the Muscle Mommy manga.
Yeah, okay.
Uh, so
So for
so that
those,
is
yeah, so just so
no. Go
everybody
ahead.
knows, if you look at the live chat now, I've posted up a poll with all three options. These are the manga that are eligible for me to read. I don't know what the goal is for next week, but feel free to click whatever, cast your votes, and we will do whatever. But continue, continue, continue.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll vote. They'll vote after I explain the last one. So I don't know anything about Order of the Flame. Here's the synopsis that I got from Shonen Jump, which is let's see, it's about, oh fuck, it was on Twitter, wasn't it? Yeah, it was on Twitter. Give me a sec. I swear I saw it. Viz Media. Blah, 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 blah. What is their synopsis for this? Or was it the Shonen Jump account? Give me a sec. Oh my god. Give me a minute. One more second. Okay. So the synopsis for this that we can get off of Twitter is: does the spirit of a warrior burn within this young cook? Uh, so
Okay.
he's a cook. He like, can he cook? Let him cook. Who knows? But the last one that I have here is Bug Ego, and it is by the creator of One Punch Man, in
Wait,
collaboration.
the writer or the
The
artist?
right the writer of One Punch Man,
Oh.
with art by Kyoto Shitara. All right. So the writer of One Punch Man, the writer of Mob Psycho 100. Um,
And
and
Mashal. Don't forget Mashal. You can't forget Mashal. I like Mashal.
wait, did one write Mashal?
I'm like 90% certain he did.
I don't think he did.
Uh, I'm like,
Let me Let me fact check this. Yeah, this is by Hajime Komoto.
Well, I
And
have been thinking this the entire time because I'm pretty sure it's basically the same thing that one would write.
yeah,
But
for
continue,
sure.
continue, continue.
But bug ego. Life hacks take on a whole new meaning when two students exploit glitches that distort reality. Bug Ego is this really weird manga with a strange sense of humor and just a bunch of odd shit. It's like, imagine you could literally warp reality, but you had to do this most ridiculous shit to get it to happen. Uh, and all of a sudden these guys have to pay for breaking reality. So that is one of them. I think it might be the one you'd enjoy the most, but we'll see. So let's see what people have to say in the vote. So far the vote is 60% Bug Ego, 30% Otter of the Flame, and 10% Ruri Dragon.
Okay. I can kind of see it. It seems like everybody wants me to read Bug Ego, which is kind of
It's
interesting.
only it's only 8 chapters out, which is pretty good.
Yeah. IRL life hacks. Fuck it, I'm sold. So everybody in chat, votes for whatever manga you want. We'll let that stay live for like 10 minutes just to kind of get
Yeah,
a
to
get a
decide.
good little bit for it because there is a bit of a delay, it seems. 'Cause we got 11. We got about like 40 people watching, so if we hit 20 votes, I'll immediately do it. But yes, I know that some people are.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny if like someone was listening to this while they were like doing something, because like that's how I do live streams. I usually just put it on so I can do chores around the house or some shit, and they're like scrambling for their phone right now to go actually like vote, but they're not getting there quick enough. So I want to give them time.
Yeah.
I want to give them time. But yes, so what's
True.
the criteria? Read one chapter or how much did you?
I'll say read like for Order of the Flame if that somehow clasps a win. It's literally one chapter. Heck, we could
Gotcha.
literally read the whole thing on stream if you wanted to. So technically
Good.
that doesn't even have to win. But because you can read the entire first chapter of that for free on Shonen Jump.
Yeah. I looked up
But
Odor
this
of
is
the
what
Flames, and it's weird because it reminded me of something that I read when I was like a very little kid, and it was like a very weird thing. Let me look it up and see if I can remember its name. I remember the name of the character. Yeah, this I don't know if it failed because I never heard it brought up. But did you know that like Stan Lee and Marvel tried to make their own like manga universe like back in like the
no. Or I might have heard
2010s?
of this briefly.
So there was a manga that was released like God knows how many years ago, and I thought it was cool as shit because I got the first volume of it, and I thought the aesthetics were really cool. But it's called Ultimo. Ultimo was, I'm not gonna lie, pretty cool, but like it was such a fucking interesting like character, and the whole premise of it was Stan Lee was like one of the key writers for it. Now, was he actually? Probably not actually. He was probably just coerced into putting his name onto this to sell more product because as we're finding out about Stan Lee, that is a common occurrence for some reason. But regardless, nah, I really like this, and it's kind of giving me like that kind of vibe. I remember reading the first volume of this and being like, man, this is really cool. Stan Lee's a character in it. It's weird.
Fuck, that's so weird.
Yeah, Ultimo is like one of those weird ass things that's like, oh, what about these super weapons that were created that look like dolls? And that's what Ultimo is. He's the red boy. And then there's like another one, if I remember correctly, his name was Vice, and he was a green boy. And each of them had like their own little thing. Like Vice could copy weapons, and Ultimo could only make these like special weapons. It was so weird. But if I remember correctly, I think it was by the art was done by the guy who did Shaman King, which based. I think it's
We're
been
gonna
a minute, but no, Ultimo was pretty fun. Let me just check really quickly. Comic writer Stan Lee and illustrated by Hiroyuki Takei. Bop bop bop. Let me see what he has done. Yeah, he was the guy that did Shaman King, which based. Were you
I
a
mean,
Shaman King kind of guy or nah?
I did not. No, I was not.
Shaman
Unfortunately.
King was the JoJo's of my generation. I'm not even gonna hide it. That shit was cool as shit.
Yeah.
Shaman King fucked so hard.
That sounds kind of sick. That sounds kind of sick.
Oh, do you know nothing about Shaman King or nah?
I know absolutely jack shit about Shaman King. Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god, you're gonna be fucking in for it next week.
Yeah, next week he's gonna make me read Shaman King.
I might make you watch Shaman King, cause that shit went fucking hard. Like, literally, it's just JoJo, but like, it's like, oh, what's a shaman? Oh, it's a person who can speak to spirits and makes a pact with them to get powers and shit. And it's like, oh, this main kid, he made friends with like a bunch of ghosts, but he made a pact with like a super samurai, whatever. And now they got to all fight in a tournament arc that lasts the entirety of the show to become Shaman King. And every single character in this game is so fucking cool. And the art is so awesome. Oh my god, Shaman King is peak. Shaman King is so fucking peak.
But someone said so a Toku superhero story. I might have to get you watching some newer Toku. Yeah. Are we gonna make each other watch like different? Am I gonna make you watch Sentai? And you're gonna make me watch Kamen Rider.
I might. I'm not on the up and up on my tokusatsu, but like I'll get into it. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Some point maybe. We'll see. But man, I'm like remembering the Shaman King exists, and I forgot how fucking cool this manga was. I don't know. It's also because like just the line art of the manga itself and the art style specifically, I found had like such a weird airy weightiness to it. It was so fucking cool. I'm posting pictures in our Discord chat just to be like, look at this shit.
That's pretty sick.
Start banging his head against it. It's fucking awesome.
That art looked kind of fire though.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna risk something.
All right.
But
what do you want?
Speaking of good art, I've been playing a game recently. Just like I think it's one of those, I gotta double check just to be sure on Steam how many reviews it has, because it's one of those games that I've been playing and like I beat the first boss of the game and it literally said that only 40% of people who own this game have beaten the first boss. It's one of those games.
Oh boy. What's it called?
It's called Sorry We're Closed. And I'm going to risk getting the stream demonetized by saying this, but it is the cuntiest game I have ever seen in my life. It is like early 2000s, like early PlayStation 2 era throwback with like influences from like Killer 7, Silent Hill, and it's like the art in that game, pretty great. Pretty damn great. It's really great. I don't even know how to describe how this game looks, except for that word that I am not even going to say it again because I'm not going to risk it. But I just heard a noise outside my door that sounded like something getting destroyed. So I should probably check
on that.
Or not. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Well, gang, if you want to go and take a bathroom break, you can always leave the chat with me. I'll take good care of them.
You got a point. I'll look in a second. I just want to find like good art from Sorry We're Closed. But Sorry We're Closed is fantastic. It's one of the weirdest art styles I've ever seen. Well, not weirdest. It's just like all the characters are just very bizarre in like it's like JoJo, but somehow brighter. It's weird.
Yeah, I get you.
It's so hard to find actual art for this game because it's kind of obscure. Thanks, Braden. More pork chop in the chat, being like, what was that? Me being like, what was that sound? He's in the chat. It was just the oven.
Just going, don't worry, we're fine. You don't have to get up and out of your stream room. I promise you, it's gonna be
Yeah.
all right. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, we got 3 more minutes before we close it. But I think it's kind of like we got 25 votes. I think it's gonna be Bug Ego.
Yeah, I mean, unless Bug Ego comes in, swoops that shit under. But yeah, this is like the Canadian elections, bro.
I did not even pay attention. I don't even know who won. I don't care. What's gonna happen? Don't know. I'm just happy. Wherever I am, I'm happy. I heard liberals. I don't know. That's it.
Yeah, the Liberals won. That's it.
I know not what the implications are, only that I do not care. Cause I'm like one of the most apolitical people that commits to the bit as much as humanly possible.
Yeah, like you trying your best to like ignore absolutely everything you can.
Well, it's not even. Well, yeah, that is 100% correct. Cause I find like I never speak about politics because I just don't usually care. I live on an island that is almost completely separated from the majority of the political goings on in the rest of our country. So whenever anything happens, that's just like, oh, the rest of Canada's gonna be impacted by this. It's like by the time it gets here, the price of eggs goes up by like $1. That's like it. That's as far as it ever goes. And the political spectrum around here is so not my OTR of the Flame. I just realized that it's like 40% to 48. It might actually happen. But yeah,
What might actually happen?
on the vote. I'm looking at all of it. It's like we got Ruri Dragon at
Yeah,
12.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It might. We got 1 minute, chat. If you want me to read the manga that was done by the guy who did the Muscle Mommy Wolf Hunter manga that actually had really good art, if I remember correctly, fucking vote for OTR of the Flame. But also Bug Ego. I looked up some of the art for that shit. That shit good. That shit look good.
Yeah, it's very good art. It's very funny. If you guys want to read a manga, that's like a cool fantasy shonen like sort of deal, you can read OTR Order of the Flame. Or if you want to see a comic where a guy surf rides on poop, you can vote for Bug Ego.
Read Blame. I've heard of that.
Read Blame.
Isn't that?
I haven't read that. But I know what it is.
I have. Isn't that the guy? Isn't that like the manga about the guy that has the bestest gun that ever gunned? Like I remember hearing like a very vague description of it that it literally looks like an M1911, but he points at like a low poly M1911. He points it at something and everything in like a square kilometer directly in front of him dies. It's like that's what I've heard. I've read Doro Hetero. It's great. Yeah.
Doro Hetero.
Yeah, Doro Hetero is so good. It is so.
Why do you say it like hetero? Why do you say it like hetero?
Well, how do you pronounce it?
Doro Hedoro.
Oh, that I've always just said Doro Hetero because it just sounds. I don't know. I've never. They don't say, "Oh, yes, this truly is the Doro Hetero of the world." I don't know. I've never heard people say it.
Yeah, they don't say pronounce it.
Yeah, and no one's ever corrected me. I'll always go and be like, "Yeah, Doro Hetero," and they're just like, "Yeah, it sounds about right." I'm not gonna say shit.
Holy shit, Brushell's back. Let's fucking go.
Ah!
Okay, yeah, no, we're talking about manga still.
Yeah. So Doro Hey Doro, that's how you say it. Yeah.
Yeah, Doro Hedoro, yeah.
Oh my god. Do you know much about Magic the Gathering?
No.
I got a funny story. Chat, I'm not gonna tell the story unless I have enough people who understand Magic the Gathering a little bit. I don't know that much, but I gotta ask. Do you guys like Magic the Gathering? You like a little Commander? Like a little bit of Commander? A little bit? Anybody like Commander? Little Magic the Gathering Commander?
Bro, you sound like you're trying to fucking...
Please, let me talk about this. It's really funny.
Please, I promise. It's really funny. I promise you'll lol.
It's real.
I promise.
I am a funny man who does funny things, okay? I have stories. Yeah. I just gotta look up really quickly what the price of this cocksucker is. What is it? It's not Fate Reforged.
Xenomorph. Okay, so we got a few Magic the Gathering fans in there. Yeah.
Okay, so like,
Go on.
so I dip from what do you call it? MTG, like Magic the Gathering, like a lot. Because like I hate collectible shits. I hate when like the price of a card is jacked up specifically because people who don't actually play the card actually just or play the game, just collect the cards to sell them. I think that if you do that, that's fucking despicable. Despicable.
Despicable.
Yeah, I genuinely hold malice for people whom like, oh, I don't play the card game. I just buy out every piece of stock that's involved in a specific card game just so I can sell it and make a bag. I get it. Sometimes you got to make money, but as someone who likes to play card games and it's one of my favorite pastimes, I feel like that ruins card games because like things like Magic the Gathering now release cards that artificially inflate the value on both ends, where it's a rare card that sells because people want to sell it, and it's also a really good card, so it's like really, really hard to get. But there's this one card called Ugin, Eye of the Storms, and it's from the newest set, Tarkir Dragonstorm or some shit. And it's like super rare, and I think it's starting to depreciate in value, but I know that like on the highest form right now, it looks like it's coming in at like $500 and some dollars, which is pretty decent. So it's a good chase card. Like you want it, and whatever. But like someone came in and it's Ugin. It's Ugin, and a guy came in when I was like playing Warhammer at like my local store, and the local store is not a Warhammer store. It's just a hobby shop that allows you to play Warhammer at it. And guy went up and he's just like, "How do I get Eugene?" And everybody in the room was like, "What?" He's looking at Magic cards. He's like, which box of cards has Eugene in it? And he's like, who's, and I am the one who's like, wait, does he mean Ugin? He's like, yeah, Eugene. And they're like, none of them. It's a pull. You got to pull it from the packs. He's like, how does that work? And I'm like, wait a second. You're just trying to get the card to sell it, aren't you? And he's like, I don't really open packs of cards. I'm like, oh. So he's like, well, how do I get it? You got to buy packs of cards. What are the best ones to get? What's the highest chances of getting it? Like, can I guarantee myself of getting it? And no, it's pretty low. It's like, okay, well, I'll buy 2 packs then. What are my chances if I buy 2 packs? And he just kept asking these cards. And I'm like, eh. It was annoying, but I really like the fact that he referred to Ugin
as Eugene.
Eugene. It was really funny. Yeah.
Hold on. This reminds me of the fucking of the Yu Yu Hakusho Philippines dub.
The fucking what?
The Yu Yu Hakusho Philippines dub.
I'm unfamiliar.
Hold on. Philippines. Yeah, hold on. Let me see. So let me tell you some of the. Are you familiar with Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yeah. I'm familiar with it. The author of that show is like of that like manga and show is like he's living the dream life of most people. So
there's which is doing nothing for a while. Yeah.
Oh no, he's still doing shit. He's also the guy that made Hunter x Hunter.
I know, but he doesn't publish chapters all the time. But
yeah,
like he's also has like a back problem.
Yeah.
So
also,
let me tell you. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So the Philippines made an English dub of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Wait, they made an English dub?
Yeah, for some reason. And they translated Yu Yu Hakusho as Ghost Fighter.
That's interesting.
And so here are the translated names for each of the characters. So Yusuke, his name was Eugene. Okay. Kuwabara, that's fucking Alfred, bro.
Alfred? I was fucking Alfred, dude. I like that guy.
Karama, Dennis. He gets Vincent. Keiko is Jenny. Botan is Charlene. Chizuru is Susie. Master Genkai, that's fucking Master Jeremiah, bro. Koenma gets renamed to Jericho. Yukina gets renamed to Michaela. Pooh is just Pooh still.
Then not even worth it, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, let's see. Goki gets renamed to Jerry. Rando gets renamed to Benjo. Let's
Why?
see.
That's so. I love this. I love like every time I hear about like anything involving like weird dubs. I'm such a. I don't know. I always get like weirdly autistically invested in it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Alfred's gonna piss on the moon, bro. It's so true.
yeah, because like I adore like 4 kids. Like I grew up with 4 kids, and I did not see a single problem with it until I was like in my late teens, and I was like, oh, there was a lot of problems with that actually.
Yeah, dude, it's really funny.
Yeah, yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
man, old dubs had a certain kind of stank to them that I just kind of appreciate at this point.
There are some. There are some.
There are some good ones, like I don't know, the Metabots dub with
You.
its theme song just slapping.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, Metabots is there. Okay. I think with 30 votes, I'm gonna call it. Though we were really, really close for a second there. I saw it switch over like a second ago. So you have until I finish
Yeah,
this sentence to cast your votes. But it looks like from what I have here, Bug Ego is going to be the winner. So how many chapters of Bug Ego should I read? Like, what is your soft goal and the
there's
hard
8
goal?
chapters, but the soft goal is like 3
Okay, so
chapters of Bug
soft
Ego.
goal, 3 chapters. Whole goal, read the whole damn thing. Gotcha.
If you want to, yeah, it's 8 chapters.
Of
Yeah.
course, if I can push for it, I'll try. So is this like a Shonen Jump thing or?
This is on Shonen Jump, yeah. So you can read the first 3 chapters for free on viz.com/Shonen Jump. If you want to read more of it, I'm sure you can find a way, or you can pay $2 a month to read on Shonen Jump
Or just
officially.
$2 for the week that I'm going to be reading it, right? So we can do
Yeah,
that.
and it gives you like a month of manga, so you can read whatever other manga you want to read if during that time as well.
Of course, of course, of course. But yes, we are now at the precipice of basically now we don't have to just talk the entire stream. So, chat, we're at that point where we're done our discussions. We figured everything out. So, what would you like us to do tonight? We do have a fallback of playing Terraria, which is fun. I do like Terraria. And Cole,
I've never played it either.
yeah, you've never played it. I've got a so I don't play video games that often. Like I usually don't unless it's for like a video or like I'm playing like something very hyper specific I'm worried about or like interested in. But I looked on Steam and it says apparently I have 90 hours in Terraria, which okay. But yeah, so I would gladly play this game with you. It is such a fun experience to go into blind because it's super casual and shit. Um But yeah, Mr. Bones, do you like Team Fortress 2? Unfortunately, not. It's not the thing that I grew up with. Um,
Would probably enjoy it.
no, I wouldn't enjoy it. I'm kind of weird.
I wasn't saying you would. I'd say I would probably enjoy it. The only reason I didn't grow up with it is because I never had a computer that could run it, and also a family that would probably kill me if they ever saw me playing a game with a gun in it.
Yeah, you got a point there. See, for me, I'm kind of weird. I have my own little weird autism when it comes to like playing multiplayer games. I hate it. Like, I like playing games with a friend, singular, or alone. Very few times would I like to play it like with multiple people. I try to because I have friends that are like, "Hey, come play this with me." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay. I'll give it a shot." But like I'm weirdly particular about those kinds of games. Play chess but talk like it's a Yu-Gi-Oh duel. How about we play I don't even you just reminded me of a game.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with
What
the
game is
TF2
it?
comics though. So did you know that okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So Yu-Gi-Oh back in like the mid 2000s. This is one of my favorite things. They released like a bunch of tie-in games for Duelist Kingdom and like a bunch of the other things. And they would keep releasing these like games that made no sense, that had nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like, it's Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's chess, but also every card's attack and defense points actually matter because you could have a king, but he's weak as shit, so it doesn't matter. So make sure your strongest card is this. And they did one that is probably the weirdest idea I have ever heard of. And it is Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelists of the Roses, which is an alternate universe game set in a fictionalized 1480s England that takes place during I think it's the War of the Roses, aka the 100-Year War. And it fictionalizes real life characters as Yu-Gi-Oh characters, and instead of engaging in actual warfare, they are dueling with the loser dying.
That kind of sounds sick.
It kind of actually is incredibly fun. It is a really, really fun game. I remember getting it because it came with like 3 limited edition Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I was like, I want those cards! They're terrible, but I wanted them, and they were cool. It's a real-ass PlayStation 2 game. I have a physical copy of it. It's really fucking weird. Yu-Gi-Oh! Did this where they would release these like tie-in games that were just weirdly high effort. Not just like, oh, you're just going to play the game against like a stock image and there's like maybe a win and lose animation. No, this is like full-on 100% unique game mechanics. It's so weird. But I quite enjoyed it. I also
at some point, if you wanna play it on stream, we could play it together through Parsec on your computer.
I might.
And like,
I mean, it's a single player game. It's weird that it is, but I'd be down to play it because I could just figure out like an emulator. It's just weird. It's one of those games that I don't think has ever received an HD like upscale of any kind. So like, if you play this game, it is always going to look chunky because it's still in like 480i, not even P. It is all interlaced as fuck.
oh my god, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it is super chunky. I love it so much.
Beautiful.
It was really fun. I love those chunky like old Yu-Gi-Oh games. They were kind of weird, but like I don't know, like they had a charm to them, right? Yeah. Okay, so I think we're gonna play some Terraria and get some shit set up. I'm going to go get another water because I ran out. I'm gonna go grab some chips. Kolani, keep them entertained. I shall be right back.
All right, hold on a sec. Let me do the paint stream.
Oh, you want to do the paint stream? Let's do the paint
Of
stream.
course.
Okay.
Yes, of course. I'm sure you have it ready to go. I'm sure you have the template for me ready to go.
I will. Full screen. Let me just do this. I got streamer mode on, so I don't have to worry about notifications. Jesus.
Everybody, it is time for me to draw you something. So, as
one
is
second.
tradition, at some point. Go ahead.
Okay, you're good. I'll be back. I'm just not even muting myself. I'm just gonna go grab some. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Chips.
No,
I'll be
all right.
back in 1 moment.
All right. See you, Brushful. So, chat, we're back at the part of the stream where I draw things while Arthur goes off to go to the toilet or get snacks, as he said he's doing right now. So, what do you all want? Let's see. Let's get some ideas in the chat. Let's get some ideas flowing. Now, of course, they have to be things that I can draw quickly, but I will get a little browser window over here open so that I can look up references if need be. So for the time being, I think I will draw Eugiao because I can, because that is on my mind, and his crazy hair is on my mind. So let's take a look here. So his hair does this, I think. Oh fuck, hold on. His hair does this, and does it twice. Mario Kart 6 Space Marines? Okay, yeah. I know it means Mark 6, but yeah. Let's see. Draw low effort xenomorph. Oh hell yeah. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna finish my Yu-Gi-Oh here. And then his hair goes up like so. Goes up like. And then there's like lightning bolts in there. All right, cool. So that's our Ujio. All right, draw a low effort xenomorph. So we're gonna have this guy, and he's got teeth, and he's got teeth, and he's like that, or is it she? I don't remember. And then they got the big old bone structure. They got that bone structure there, and then they got a tail, I think. And I'm not even looking at a reference. Y'all said low effort. We're doing a low effort here. And I think they got that bow-legged like animal foot thing going on, I think, right? I don't even know. I haven't watched Alien yet. Don't tell Arthur. He's probably gonna make me watch Alien. Not Shaman King. Angry Yugi. Draw Arthur as Hiei. They're the same height. Arthur is bald. Hiei has crazy hair. You know, I'm just gonna draw Arthur with like Hiei's hair but upside down. And that'll be my thing. Hiei. Okay, yeah. So we got this, and then he's a skeleton horse, and then this, and then he's got. You know what? This is literally. It's is literally just Arthur regular, except you know. This is regular Arthur, except I need to give him like a I don't know like a kind of band here around his nose or something, because that's what he has got going on. Yeah. I think that's the vibe here. And then I'll just kind of give a little bit of like an indication of the nose, I guess. I don't know. Either way, that's Arthur as Hiei. Hiei versus Dale Gribble. Who wins? Hay or Dale? What the heck? Hay or Dale Gribble? Hold on. What are you talking about? Hay and Dale Gribble. Gribble. Let me see here. What is this? What am I talking about? Oh my god. Gotta say Dale winning. Dale is winning. Dale is beating Hiei's ass. All right. Let's see here. So somebody said a Mark 6 Space Marine. Let's see how quickly I can do that. All right. Oh, okay. So this is like your usual guy, you know, the guy with the. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to do a lot of simplifications to this if I'm gonna get this done anytime like now. Uh, oh, I hear him. I hear him. He's coming. I gotta draw the Space Marine now. So, this, and then he's got this, and the helmet does this with the eyes.
What we doing?
And I'm trying to draw a Mark 6 Space Marine.
Oh, you're just looking it up, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's really difficult to draw these guys quick.
Yeah, no, there's a. That better not have been what I thought it was.
What?
Nothing. See, the house I moved
What did you?
into, it had like one problem when we moved in, and it's been pervasive. I've talked to the old tenants, and it's been a problem even then. Mice. We keep all of our food
Ooh.
in like Tupperware containers. We keep everything sectioned off. And it's like, yeah, but every now and then I'll see a little one of those, and I'm like, ah. And I
You
think
want to know the best? Some of the good. You want me to hook you up with the best rat poisons?
I have rats.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. I
Yeah, but I mean, like
messaged
the
you
best
because we have a
poisons for mice.
wasp problem right now. I wanted to, if you could help me with that, that'd be fantastic.
With wasps?
Yeah.
Oh, whereabouts?
My bathroom.
In your bathroom?
Yeah, I don't know. They just keep showing up when I'm taking a shit. It's the worst.
Well, you're gonna have to find out like where they're going in.
That's the thing. It's like I have no idea. I've checked every location.
Hmm. Oh my god. But I would just tell you at that point get an exterminator. But okay, let's see. So you're probably gonna. I would say get an interior spray and double check your windows, seeing if they're not coming in from outside.
Hmm.
Because thing is, sometimes wasps do merge, like not merge. They munch into the walls.
Mm.
Um. Yeah, dude. They're really annoying little things. Those guys. Hate
Yeah.
wasps.
It's
Yeah, I got
always
a
like
little
when
bee
I'm
suit to
not
go on.
expecting it, I'll sit down and just be like, time to take a shit, and then I'll hear like something buzzing against the wall between the curtain. I'm like, well, we're dealing with this now.
Yep.
This is like really cute alien hominid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alien hominid's already cute.
yeah,
The
yeah,
alien hominid is just kind of it's low key based on bugs.
yeah,
That is me trying to draw a wasp.
yeah. I mean, the way to remember it is wasps are just flying ants.
They are.
Yeah.
And I mean carpenter ants can fly.
Well, no, I mean literally they are. Ants are wasps are just a flying species of ant. It's
Really? I didn't know.
yes, cladistically they are very very similar. It's why there's a lot of crossover. It's why a lot of ants actually have stingers.
Excuse me, wasps are from the clade Vespidae.
Uh, Bro's so fucking done. He's like, yeah, fucking don't. I'm actually me.
I'm gonna go eat that fucking mouse over there.
Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. For mouse baits, what you would like. Do you let your rats like wander the house or no?
Nah.
All right, so you're gonna want to get a if you want to get some nice little mouse baits for your home, might I recommend the brands a contract and a contract and then First Strike. Those are very
Mhm.
good. They're very good rat rodent poisons. Good rodenticides to put inside secured boxes that will have little holes for them to go in and out of. And they just
So
eat that, they poison themselves, and then, you know.
for context, everybody, he doesn't just know this because he's weird. It's his job.
Yeah, I'm an exterminator.
It's so weird, but in a good way. It's interesting.
Yeah, listen, I mean, like I said, I've been a train conductor, I'm an exterminator, I've made boats as a job. I've done a lot in my
Nah,
life.
see, that's kind of what I mean. Like how you and me do like similar shit, but like very differently. Cause like I've been a grave digger, I've been a paleontologist. Um, I've
You've been
worked
a
at.
grave digger? That I did not know.
Really, you didn't know that?
You didn't tell me about that, no.
Okay, let's go
I
through the
think you
list.
overestimate how much time we've spent talking to
Well,
each
cause like
other.
I always just assume, cause like I don't know. I always have this like semi shitty perspective of myself where I'm like, oh man, I always talk about myself, so I should probably not. And I've had that for so long that I now just don't talk about myself anymore. So like I never tell anybody about like my weird history because like um we got fucking uh okay, gravedigger and paleontologist are relatively speaking the same thing, just a couple million years removed. But gravedigger, paleontologist, personal trainer, fucking I've done damn near everything at this point. But yeah, but no, I was a gravedigger for a little bit. I worked for a local Catholic cemetery for a summer, just a full year stint. It was, yeah, it was a thing, hell of a thing that. You get to. I've ruined several funerals. I will state they were not my fault. Uh, uh yeah, if you guys knew what went on in cemeteries from like the cemetery grounds attendants, which is what we were, you'd be mortified.
I get it, mortified.
So, um, one of my favorite moments was like one of the most out of whack days we ever had. Oh yeah, I worked at the Wendy's, the worst Wendy's in Canada, and I don't want to say which one because it's like it's one of the most notorious Wendy's in like Canada because of how much crime was going on behind the scenes that I didn't know about. So I dipped before everything went to shit. Well, everything was shit when I was there. I just didn't know. But regardless, yeah, no, one of my favorites was like there was this guy who used to work at the cemetery. Like how it would work is like 8 a.m. We would like show up. We would go into like we'd show up and spend like an hour just fucking around because it's a lot of hard labor. We would just sit there and just talk about what we're doing, and then the boss Alan would be like, okay, Connor, you're with Steve number 1. Steve number 2, you're with Linus. Lionel, you're with John. And group number 1, you're working on the chrysanthemum bed. Group 2, you're working on the JC bed. And then it's just like, what are we doing? It's like, oh, you're working on the flower beds over there. We have all like the beds labeled basically by the flower or the statue that's near it. So the JC bed was the Jesus Christ bed because it's a giant statue of Jesus himself right next to it. So we would do that. And there was this one guy that we never saw because we called him the Ghoul for a reason. He would show up after 8 p.m. to do shit that you can't really do during the day in a cemetery. It's fun. If you guys go to like a cemetery at night, there are workers there at least once or twice a week because sometimes like grave markers get worn away. So in order to fix them up and make it so that the family who owns that like grave marker doesn't get upset by seeing someone chipping away like the grave marker, they'll just replace it at night when you're not looking. They'll get the exact same marker that like the type that you had, and then they would cut it away if it's rusted and like damaged and whatever, and then just replace it. So that's what the Ghoul would do. He would come in at night, he would go over and do that, and then just one day, like we went in 8 a.m. We get in, I'm groggy as fuck because I'm like 19 and tired, and I looked and like there was just like a tool belt with like a drill and like a not even a drill, like a drill driver, like a really hard hitting one from like the Ghoul's kit, and it was on like this little, I guess, stoop that was right in front of where the office was where we would go in to talk about things. And we're like, huh, that's a lot of tools to be just left out. Is he still here? That's kind of weird. We walk in and the office computer, because there was just one, it was like this old massive CRT computer monitor from like the late 90s, maybe even earlier than that. And it was just on, and it had hardcore porn just fucking playing on it. Just the most... There was some shit. I'm not going to get too in-depth about it, but it was very interesting that was playing. And we were just like, wow, that's really funny. We found the Ghoul cranking it. Like, he was just cranking it on the job in a cemetery. That's hilarious. And we were just laughing all day about it. And the guy got to...
Like Goon.
Yeah. The Goon. I like that. But this was before that was even really a term. This was like about a decade ago.
Okay.
A little under. I was about like 19, 20, something like that. But yeah, I remember me and Steve 1. I loved working with Steve 1. He's like, Steve 1 was like an ex-felon arrested for like smuggling like 10 keys of coke into like Canada. And he's just like, he got his record sealed, and he's like good behavior, would always talk about being in like a minimum security prison. Fucking awesome shit. He talked about how he worked really hard in a minimum security prison to get a PlayStation 1. And I was like, man, I respect that. He's like, yeah, I really like Crash Bandicoot. I love that as a kid. And I'm like, man, you're cool. So I just remember me and him were working all day, and he just kept bursting out laughing because he just kept thinking about how it's so funny that the guy just got caught jorking his peanuts. And I just remember, this is so fucked. So there was a funeral that day that we were burying, and we were given the list. And we buried the guy. It was a cremation burial. For those who don't know, cremation burials are actually pretty common. What happens is we dig a 2x2 hole, and we dig it about like 4 to 6 feet deep with an urn, and we put the urn in the ground and so on, and that's what it is. It's just like takes up less space. You get to have all the family in like one spot, and it's smaller and it's more intimate. A lot of people prefer that. It's also cheaper. So we dug this burial, and Steve was in charge of like locating like the specific plot, and they were labeled like A, B, C, D, all the way up to like F, and then the rows were labeled like 1 to 28, I believe, for each major bed, because each bed was like its own thing. And I know this was in I think this was in the Teresa bed, and he looked at it, he's like, looks like this is the spot, and we dug the hole, and we buried Nana, and we buried someone's grandma. And I just remember like the funeral coming in, and when funerals come in, if they're in like the central courtyard, we are supposed to we basically have to like go inside. We have to go inside and hide, because we don't want to be like working and like using like whippersnippers and chainsaws to cut down brush and like clean up the place, or lawnmowers when like there's a funeral. It's just out of respect. So we were in a different location. We were working in this place called the Back 40, which is just like this part of the cemetery where all the trees were in. And surprisingly, people keep dying, so we needed more space. So we had to cut down more trees to clear out like plots. And this is when the boss came over, and the boss is usually doing paperwork in the office because, again, surprisingly, people keep dying. So he was there. So he came up and was like, "Okay, guys, we got some bad news." And I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" He's like, "You buried her in the wrong spot." And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yup. She was supposed to go with the family plot in the exact opposite location of where you put her. And when you showed up, they saw that there was no grave marker, no headstone, and no Nana in the hole." And I'm like, "Oh." And Steve was like, "Oh." And so Steve, like, being the great guy he was like, "Nah, that's my fault. Connor didn't do anything. You didn't do damn near anything." So he was so, "Yeah, Connor's not responsible for this. I was the one who was guiding where this was going." He's like, "Okay, Steve, you're working on oh god, what was it? It was the poppy bed. The poppy bed was the worst place to work because it was just like untangling poppies and they grow terribly. Connor, you're with me. We're gonna dig up grandma and bury her in the right spot." And I'm like, why did I have to draw the short straw here? So we had to carefully, because this is an urn, dig using like trowels to get this urn out. And I'll tell you what, that was the quietest I'd ever been on a work spot. But yeah, we had to dig up someone's grandma that we buried in the wrong spot and then bury her in the right spot. And I had to do it with my boss watching me the entire time. It was absolutely fucking miserable.
Whoever asked for Connor dunking on Erebus, this is what you get. There it is.
Yeah.
Hold on. Do you see this?
I
How do you feel?
like it.
You like that?
I like the fact he got no leg. He got no leg. He torso. He
Hold
torso
on,
boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've got some stories. I remember the last day that I was working there, my guy was like, he's never gonna hire you back, right? I'm like, yeah, I get that. And I'm like, "Okay, so what now?" He's like, "Well, it's your last day and you're getting paid a full rate. What do you do?" He's like, "You want to go do donuts with the golf cart in the back lots?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I do." Don't worry, it wasn't over anyone's grave. We did it in like the backyard where we dumped all the refuse and excess dirt, but it was, yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. This is beautiful. This is perfect art. Connor's my real name, actually. Arthur's not actually me. Arthur's just my pseudonym online.
Yeah, that he's been using for like ever.
Yeah, I've been using it before I did YouTube, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so that's how I knew him always. It's just Arthur Bones.
Yeah, just call me whatever's most like natural.
Yeah, but
I have friends I've known for about a decade who still call me Arthur. So
yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We got the Erebus is being sent to the bone zone here. So. But yeah, all right. So now we've drawn that. Do you want to get to Terraria?
I would love to. I got chocolate in my mouth, so I'm like, chocolate.
Donna is the man who sleeps with your mother. Sorry, that was insensitive. No, that's fine.
You cannot prove that I haven't.
That's true. You can't. Oof.
Okay, let's get Terraria up. Terraria's fun. Okay.
Yeah, I'll stop my stream now. So let me get. I guess I'll get it started as well.
Oh yeah. For those in chat, call me whatever you want. Arthur, Connor, whatever's most convenient. I have like a lot of people that struggled. I know I used to be very anal about it. I liked my anonymity, so I liked it when people referred to me as Arthur unless they knew me really, really well. But I got in trouble. People got mad at me for doing it recently, a long ass time ago. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is my podcast game. I got everything muted on this.
Okay.
Video. Let's get the volume. Volume mixer. Turn it down a little bit. Hopefully I don't get dinged for the music. That's a little
Probably
loud.
not.
I know that Colin uses it for his videos every now and then, so. Alright.
Alright, I'm putting my stuff down so I can actually hear you.
Yeah, right?
So I guess I'll join you via Steam, I guess?
No, not yet.
Not yet, okay.
So firstly, I know it's weird, but you do have to go to single player and you have to hit new so you can make a new character.
Oh, okay. Okay, submit. And then let's see.
Okay, let me get this up. Okay. Boop. Thumbnail. Chat. Help me make this character. I gotta. Oh wait, nope, not that one. I gotta members alerts, super chat, chat overlay. Let's make you a little smaller. Put you over here. So, fellas, do you have any VODs? I try and save all of these streams so that people can watch them in order, just in case they want to go on the journey, right? But yeah. When did the lies end, Mr. Bones? Oh, unfortunate. So yes, everybody. What should we do? What should we do? Anybody have any preferences? I'll just make what I look like in real life. Which is strikingly similar to how Arthur Bones looks like. Which was intentional. Which was very intentional. Except sort of, but not really. It's kind of weird. When I made Arthur Bones as a character, I had a full head of hair. Like, I just, like, grew my hair out. I used to have very long hair. But, I just wanted to make a bald skeleton and shit, right? But now that I'm older, I just seem to have turned into that and have decided to shave my head and grow my beard. For I am he of that. Make myself...
He. I am thou, thou art I.
Thrust forth from the sea of thine soul. Damn. What?
Persona.
Yeah, I have a very funny history with Persona, because like Persona in theory has always been interesting to me, but like I played Persona 3 as a kid and I thought it was like so fun. But as I got older, I was like, yeah, I want to play the other Personas. The other Personas are really cool. So I want to play like Persona 4. I've heard Persona 4 is like the best one. So I wanted to give it a shot. So obviously I had to try it. And I got Persona 4 and I was like, this game kind of... Not exactly my thing. And then I went back to and I tried Persona like 5, and I was like, that's not exactly my thing. Oh well, maybe I like the earlier Persona games. I played Persona 1 and 2, and I was like, these are kind of not really my thing. I think I just like Persona 3. I think that was it. I think that was literally it. I think I just like the aesthetic of Persona 3.
Persona 3 is the one that I have. All right, cool. All right, I made a player.
I literally am putting in a name now. Arper. Creates. Okay, now we go back. Multiplayer. Host and play. I gotta... Oh, the reading room. Yeah, that was my original world. Because I... So, how long do you think we're gonna play this? How long do you think we're gonna play this?
Like 30 minutes, probably.
No, I mean, like, do you think we're gonna play again next week?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Okay, because you can generate... Depending on how you want to play, you can generate different sizes of worlds. So, I'll make this a large world. It'll take a minute. What do you want to call this? What should we call this world? You decide it. What shall it
Let's
be named?
see. Hippopotamonstros esquipedaliophobia.
I will take a second attempt.
Let's call it the Grundle squeeze. Call it Grundle squeeze.
You really like
Please.
that.
I do like that.
Also, to answer a bad joke artist, was Mr. Bones originally a servo skull, or was he a skeleton before that? There's actually been a few versions of Arthur along the way. There was, the original one was Greybeard Arthur. Greybeard Arthur was just like top hat. I made him when I was like fucking 16, 17. And he had like a little top hat and a cute little suit. And he had a gray beard because I was always like the old man. That's what everybody kind of referred to me as. I was always a very old fashioned kind of person. And I was like, nah, that's not me. I'm too angry and irritable and too loud in public spaces for this to be me. I'm not that kind of gentlemanly figure. So I decided to reinvent him, and that's the one that Cole's probably familiar with most, which is the Firebeard Arthur, the start of that. And I thought that was more of an iconic design. I think that fits me pretty well. That's the full-bodied skeleton. He has an outfit and everything. There's still a lot of art involving him, and a lot of my friends that are not like 40k involved just draw me as that character now. And they will never draw me as the Arthur from 40k, which is the servo skull. But yeah, no, it has changed a little bit. By the way, while you're waiting, if you click and drag the sun or the moon, you can actually change the time of day. It's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on. Am I... Wait. Are you still creating your character, or...
Host and play. I'm good. I just created the world, so you should be able to join me in like a... 1 second. Allowed users friends. Allow friends of friends. No. Steam multiplayer on start. Server password. Let me...
turn the stream on for a second.
Yeah, let me just, like, I don't want anybody to, like, because I do have, like, people that are there. Okay, there is a little password. It's starting the server now. Hopefully my computer can handle it. Yeah, I'll allow Terraria past my firewalls. Hell yeah, of course. Let me post the thing in chat. The password is...
Yeah.
I've posted a noise. That's funny.
Nice.
So you should be able to join, and as long as you put that in, I'll show you around.
Yeah.
So you're gonna start with 3 items. And they're all pretty simple. You know how you got me to play that like wax weave game?
Yeah.
It's literally just a more fine-tuned version of that.
Okay.
Yar. So you start off with 3 items, and you 1, you 2, and you 3. You got the little stabby knife, you got the little pickaxe, and you got the axe. Yep, you already know what you're doing. Cut down trees, we build a house. There's a lot more to do here, though. Be careful not to travel too far in any one direction. Because I don't know what spawned, but it's either corruption or I forgot what the other one was.
I'm gonna chop down this cherry blossom tree.
Yeah, and if you get the saplings for it, you can just start planting more.
Freak, yeah, I got an acorn.
I keep getting grapefruits. And grapefruit is a calorie burner, so you lose in weight while you're sucking his dick.
Whoa.
No one.
No, I don't know. I'm not
The
aware of that
grapefruit
one.
method.
Nope.
It's a
Never heard of
lady
it.
teaching you how to suck dick through a grapefruit.
Oh, that sounds kind of sick.
It was really funny.
I killed a worm.
Yeah.
You gotta aim really closely with your cursor.
Yeah, you get
right?
more weapons and like it gets kind of crazy at the late game of Terraria. There's like mad. Sorry.
Can I change how like zoomed in my shit is?
I believe so. I don't think so.
I don't know because it's really zoomed out. I wanna like.
Trust me, you're gonna want it to be zoomed out this way.
Okay.
The FOV is important. So once we get enough, we'll start building a little hut because nighttime is when monsters come out. You know, it's Minecraft.
It's like Minecraft.
Yeah, this game came out around the same time as like early Minecraft.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And everybody's like, "Oh, it's just 2D Minecraft." Which
Yeah.
in the beginning, yeah. Now, no, it is a very different game. But yeah, so now that you have wood, you can just stack it on things. Careful. Careful.
Careful about what?
You don't know what's in there.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna find out.
Could be
I'm gonna
monsters.
Yeah, I got a stone block though.
That is very valid, actually. We're gonna do the basic shack. Oh, that's gonna piss me off a little bit. But no, this game is...
I like the sound effects.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get there. You're gonna like it. This game is very, very fun. Why can't I... Oh, do I have to use the pick for the... Okay, it's been a while, chat. It's been a while, chat. Terraria is pretty fun. It's been a while.
I'm gonna kill this guy. Yeah. Come here, you little fang.
What is it? It's escape?
Come here,
Okay,
little
escape
Donna.
to open up your menu and also your crafting menu. Which
Help,
is...
let me in.
Don't worry, I'm gonna make doors. I just need a workbench.
Oh wait,
first.
did somebody join us?
No, that's the guide. He's basically, if you ever need to figure out how to actually play the game, you go to him. And like, if you give
okay.
him an item, he'll tell you how to combine it with another item and like what items it combines with in order to make new items.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
I got a crafting bench.
Yeah, I got a crafting bench too. So you put it down, and how it works is if you stand near it while having your crafting menu open, it just gives you more options.
Okay, so I can make a wooden door.
I've already
And
got
put the wooden
doors.
door over here. Oh fuck.
Yeah, you and me are already on like the same like brain length here.
Well, I got more doors here.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
can
need
make a
them.
chair. All right, I got a couple.
Yeah, because we're gonna make multiple houses because we can get roommates. We can get non like player characters that are like merchants and shit. They only show up if you give them a house.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's
you got
nice.
like the nurse, the dryad, the machinist, the goblin merchant. He's pretty cool. The demolitionist, he gives you explosives, which is always pretty fun.
Can I make a different crafting window? Okay, can I make...
What are you looking?
Do I need more stone to make a stone axe?
You don't make stone, you immediately go to copper. Sorry, you already have
okay.
copper.
I got a copper?
Yeah, the stuff you have right now is copper. You
Oh,
upgrade
no, I got
into...
dirt block and stone block.
Yeah. You need those
Oh,
for like
oh.
ovens and shit. You can make wood
Oh.
armor right now though, which is kind of fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll make a wooden breastplate and put it on my guy. Like so. I think. I don't know. I don't know how to put it on myself. Oh, I did it. I just had to right click it in my inventory. Cool.
Wood shirt.
All right.
Respect.
Yeah. Wood greaves equipable. Sure.
Wood helmet. Wood hammer. Wood bow. I shall save this for later.
Stop. Hammer time. And yeah, bow.
But yeah. So Terraria is basically like a game that escalates unnecessarily fast when you let it.
Okay, okay.
Because
What, you
there
can
is
prevent it
just
from doing
some wild shit. Because the game basically funnels you to do one thing.
I killed the rabbit.
Fight the first boss and go from there.
Okay.
The first boss can be one of, I believe, two. It can be the Eye of Cthulhu or the Devourer of Worlds. Eye of Cthulhu and Devourer of Worlds are difficult in different ways. But there are artifacts in this game that can do some wild shit. Oh, sand biome? Fuck that. I ain't going there just yet.
Is the sand biome like tough?
There's any
Particularly?
biome that isn't grass when you start off can be pretty tough, especially because we only got the little sticking knife.
Okay.
But go wherever you want, explore. The next thing we gotta do is just gather resources from underground, mostly.
Okay. Well, I made myself some torches, so I'm going to use those down in the ground.
Yeah, best way to do it, make a stairway.
Oh man.
Okay, you go that way,
Yeah.
I go this way. It'll be easy as shit.
Okay.
But yeah, look for metals, collect them. Though, if you set yourself to like classic, like it usually does, you just drop money when you die. Oh, is that clay?
Yeah. It is.
That means you can heat that up to make bricks, which are a very aesthetically pleasing block.
Oh. But are they like particularly strong or something, or
Nah, they're just cool.
they just look nicer?
Yeah, this game is kind of all about chill vibes until the late game. Then it's just like, oh, I am now a black wizard who controls the greatest of all magics. I can bring things back from the dead, and that includes enemy bosses. And it's like, oh, okay. I thought this was the funny, kooky, haha, I have roommates now game. This is not. Okay. Though I was always preferential to Starbound, which is the space version of this game.
Okay. I've never. I'm gonna be real, man. There were so many games that I just didn't play because I was poor.
Oh no, same.
This is
I remember when I was like fucking 14. I don't even think. I think it was 12. And I was begging my dad to be like, my birthday's coming up. Could you please, for the love of God, buy me Minecraft? I will kill for Minecraft. And they're just like, okay, fine. Stop. Here's $20. So I'm like, take go.
like, give me Minecraft.
I really want
Actually, a friend of mine bought me Minecraft. A friend that had like an allowance.
Fuck, allowances was something I never had, actually. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
same.
I hang out with people
Copper
every now
ore.
and then that, like, you kind of know that they're, like, people who didn't grow up poor when they're, like, they show up and their first thing is, like, oh, don't worry, I got out all this shit that we can do together. And I'm just like, dog, I am fine with just standing and talking. Because that's all I've ever really liked doing for the most part, because it's kind of all we could afford back in the day.
Yeah, dude. Same. I'm like that as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just a poor boy, and you have to accept it, you know.
Yeah.
that was my life.
Yeah.
People in the chat laughing like allowance. Yeah, you can tell your audience like
My
grew up a
poorness
similar
has
time as we
infected them, which is, yeah. Ooh, I think I found some tin.
did. Ooh.
Oh, no, that's iron. That's awesome.
Oh, you got iron? Oh my god.
Not a lot. I also got some shuriken, which is cringe.
I got a lot of freaking copper.
That's good. But yeah. BRB, gonna help kill a rattlesnake. Hell yeah, sorry if this is spam for your chat. Thoughts on spring ancestors like the Asvagals, Rampart Bowlers, and I don't know much about them. I try and stick to the Imperial lore. Just like the regular lore. It's mostly just because I'm like, I don't know. Like, I like 40k, This is kind of weird. I mention this every now and then, and I don't know if this is like a bad take to have, but like 40k and like wargaming as a whole is one of my favorite hobbies, but that's all it is. It's a hobby. It's one of my favorite things, and I like talking about it, but it is not a hyperfixation that takes up all of my thoughts. So like I don't try and encompass every aspect of a thing because I like it. I just engage with it on the terms that I see are most like fun for me. That's why I play a lot of different games. I like the lore of 40k, but like I don't immediately like all lore. So like when it comes to fan chapters, I usually tune it out. Like they all usually have the same kind of flavor where I'm just like, oh, okay. And that's not saying that like I don't like my own shit, because like I'll make fan chapters. I think fan chapters can be cool. Because like I'm working on a Slanesh warband right now because I wanted to potentially expand upon it, and I want to test myself paint-wise, so I'm making like an Emperor's Children warband. But the thing is, I never expect anybody to care about anything that I have to say when it comes to them, because I think in general that's a healthy mentality to have. Like you should never. Oh
man,
my God, that's a tough
zombies.
Yeah, that's what come at night. But yeah, I think it's healthy to be like, I don't expect anybody to like what I like, but if someone does, that's cool.
Oh, thank God. I finally can put out like a freaking thing. I've been trying to fight so hard to be able to put out a damn.
So you have like a new sword
like,
now, don't you?
Do I?
I don't know. Oh, you can make it once you make a little blacksmithing thing, because like there's a big one. We just have the short sword. The broadsword's the one that's always easier to use.
How do I put something against the wall? I should be able to, no?
As long as there's a wall to connect it to, yeah.
Okay. Because I'm trying to like, I guess, yeah, I have to do that there. Because, yeah, I'm like trapped somewhere. Yeah, down in the ground. So I could not see anything where I was going because I just could not place a thing because I went into a hole with water.
Yeah, the early game of Terraria kind of always goes the same way. I think you'll pick it up and enjoy it at a certain point, but it's going to be a bit of a learning curve. It's weird
it's
that
fine.
way. Oh, I found some mineral. I found tungsten.
Ooh, man, he's finding so much better shit than I am.
I just know the roots. Well, everything's procedurally generated, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, is it pretty common for certain things to appear in a certain order?
As long as you dig in like a certain like root, you can kind of fuck around, right?
We do a little fucking around.
We always do. But no, it's a good chill game. It's good relaxation.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Prushell's back! Yay!
Woo! Prushell's back! Woo!
Low energy
Prushell's
stream,
been
low
back.
energy stream.
Yeah, low energy.
No,
That's what
that's
you
true.
gotta.
This
find
game is one of
yourself.
those mesmerizing ones where you're kind of just like you're stuck in with the task. It's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I keep going because you'll find little random chests every now and then, and in most of them you'll find a recall potion that just takes you back to spawn.
Ah.
Or you just die and get sent back anyway.
Oh my God. I'm being chased.
Yeah.
Nah,
just-
it's fine. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm making my way to like your tunnel over there in the distance.
Feel free. It's a
Which
little,
diverged
little
from mine
stairway.
slightly. Yeah, mine's like absolute nonsense. It's like several drops and then like a hole to your stairway.
Yeah, that's fair. I just keep going in one direction until I hit a spot. Though once you get to hell, you kind of gotta stop because you're not prepared yet.
Oh, you can just dig straight to hell.
Yeah, that was one of the strats for a later game, Terraria. You gotta create a elevator. There's the exact way of doing it is really funny. It's just like, it's so hard to even describe. It's so stupid though. There's a specific platform that if you press down on it, you go through it. So you just put like 1,000 of those in a row, and then just hold down because you don't take fall damage if you stop at any point while on them.
Oh my God.
So the elevator just goes that way. It's pretty cute. It's pretty silly.
That's kind of adorable.
Yeah, something like that. What about you, Cole? I'm curious. Do you have any like things that's like that you're into and you like and just think is really fun, but like there's so many people around you that are like it is their life, it is their entire like only discussion topic that they want to talk about?
Like things that I like, but people like it's the only thing they want to talk about.
Yeah, just like something that's like it's a hobby to you, but a hyperfixation to them.
So, to me, I think that's probably Disventure Camp, which is like a show I got cast on.
Oh yeah.
But like it's my friend's like favorite thing ever, or my roommate's favorite thing ever. You know, like she's a friend, but yeah, she lives with me, right? And so that's like most of what we talk about these days. And she's like, "So you hear anything new? You know, blah 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 blah. What's the new episode like? Blah 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 blah. You know." I'm like, you know, you hang out with the cast. That's cool.
Interesting, because I barely know damn near anything about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't expect you to like kind of delve into it. It's not ever
Literally the shit I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like listen, I'm sure you I mean you probably grew up with Total Drama, right?
Oh yeah, Total Drama Island and Total Drama Action. I watched both of them. They were pretty great.
Yeah, those are the ones I watched, and then that's when I stopped watching, I guess, after Total Drama Action. I don't even know what the third one's called.
A Total Drama World Tour or some shit. I don't know. It's kind of bad.
I don't know. I don't remember which one it was, but yeah.
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 But nah,
so that's kind of what. Yeah, it's a fun little series though to be a part of. And the fandom is kind of rabid. So
from what
it's
I've
fun
heard from you, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy being in a fandom with just like very like I guess I don't know, it's very like 2016 Tumblr coded, I'd say, in terms of how like nutty the fans can get sometimes.
Yeah, it's very this one's my favorite and I'm going to model my entire personality over them being my favorite kind of shit, right?
Yeah, it's true. And like, yeah, I've had to mute a few people on Twitter just because they get to be too much, you know, because they get, if you're not careful, these kids will get parasocial with you, which it's like, you know, it's not good, you know, it's like, I don't want to have, you know, so I just mute them. Like it makes, it's not that, you know, I would have ignored them anyways, but it makes it so much easier when they're not clogging your notice up.
Yeah, for the first time in my life I've ever had to deal with like parasocial shit, and like I get it, it's weird, it's not comfortable either in the slightest.
Yeah, no, for sure, dude. It's like, oh man, like why do you like you know, I get that you like the thing that I do or I'm a part of, but it's like that's not all of me, right?
Yeah,
Like, that's not my...
You ascribe your self-worth to the opinion of someone that you've never met before. That's weird.
It is weird, you know. I mean, internet does strange things to us, you know. We weren't really meant to engage with each other in this way with this, yeah.
Yeah, it's like connections have been made faster than in human history because of the internet, which I think is a great thing. I think being able to communicate with your friends is a great way there. But I think it always comes back to it. I think that like you kind of need to disconnect every now and then. Just go do something. Watch a movie. Go watch.
You gotta do something. You gotta do something.
Yeah, you gotta have.
They don't date. They don't do drugs. They don't do check. They don't play checkers.
You ever meet someone that don't do nothing? They don't do nothing. They don't suck toes.
I like someone with a little edge to them. He's like toast for breakfast. I'm into it.
If someone shows up and they're just like, I don't like checkers, but I suck toes, I'm in. Goddamn fucking Joey Diaz. Good afternoon, cocksuckers.
Wake up, cocksuckers, it's Monday. Those videos are so funny.
Joey Diaz is one of those guys that like, he's the guy that actually taught me what the term comedian is.
Yeah.
Because like, I didn't know what that meant. I thought it just meant, oh, he's like a really funny comedian then. No. A comedian's comedian is someone who is only funny when he has someone to bounce off of. And Joey Diaz is just naturally very funny, but when he is like bouncing off of someone and is just allowed to free flow, he is the funniest person in the room. It's uncomfortable how funny he is. I found gold.
I found the jar. I found iron as well.
That's awesome. I'm gonna try and return as soon as possible. But nah, Joey Diaz is pretty good. He's a funny guy. I think he's one of the funniest guys to come out of the Joe Rogan podcast sphere, which is not saying much, but you know. I mean, you know what? Ari Shaffir, even though he's kind of creepy and weird, his special Jew was pretty funny and also really interesting. You much of a comedy guy?
You know what? Not so much as of late. I used to, you know what? My extent of like comedy knowledge comes from like watching. What's the name of the guy who would always have like animated videos of like Sonic and shit to his like audio?
Dude, you have no idea how. I have no idea
how little that narrows it down.
Yeah, that. But also, I have no idea honestly what the fuck you're talking about. That I've never heard of that actually.
Really? Okay, so there was this thing back in the day where people would constantly animate like Sonic characters delivering like fucking comedians like skits. Hold on a sec, let me see.
This is some lore. This is some lore actually.
It's some internet lore, yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I think it's that like wavelength of autism that I wasn't on when I was that age. Like I think I was on like the Sorry,
I'm trying to remember. Does this bit ring a bell to you at all? Hold on.
I was an idiot, but nobody else knew, you know? And the spelling bee day, popped up. All right, kids, up against the wall. It's time for public humiliation.
Do you remember this guy at all? What's his name?
No, not at all, actually.
Fuck, who's the guy? Brian Regan. That's the guy. We would animate Brian Regan and then fucking who else?
Oh, well.
Shadow Burger King.
I
can't remember.
Okay, I'm back up top. I'm going with the top.
Oh my god. Is my door even closed? No, it's not. Why doesn't it close automatically like it did like a million ages ago? Arr! Arper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's closing the doors. Sup, Arper? Can I talk to you? No? Okay, cool.
That's
Yeah,
literally
sure,
me.
I guess you can stay here. Oh, that's you?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking... Alright. How do you close the door?
You right-click them.
Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. I can make web rope. +3 range can be placed. Material can be climbed on. Sure.
It's pretty good.
I'll make a bunch of that.
Let me make a...
Wooden arrow.
I gotta make a bonfire. That's the wrong type of torch. Well.
Is there several different types of torches?
I made a tiki torch.
Oh. I want the regular torch.
Yeah, because I want to make a stove so we can cook metal. But no, I've never heard of that before, actually. It's kind of wild.
Yeah,
it's definitely a
people would
sphere of influence that I have never, ever heard of.
Yeah, I used to watch people like make things like that. Oh, cool! I can make a furnace. Oh wait, there's already a furnace. Here,
Yes,
so I'm
I
not
have
wasting
done that,
three.
and I have smelted much iron.
I will make an iron bar.
Iron bars, pretty good, pretty useful.
I got 3 iron bars.
I have
I've got
made an
copper
anvil.
ore. I can make copper coin. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty useful. Also, new Emperor's Children lore update vid. Yeah, I'm working on that, actually. I actually bought the codex just to do that. I got the codex. I'm going to read the new Fulgrim book, and I'm going to talk about, like, the lore behind that and shit. So, here's kind of what the gameplay loop's going to be. We have access to all of the stuff to build now. We got the oven to make the iron bars, or make the bars. We've got the anvil to make the weapons and the new equipment. So just keep making new and better shit until you're ready to fight a boss, and then you're good.
Okay. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a very simple gameplay loop, but I kind of like it.
Web rope coil. So should I keep web rope as is, or should I make a web rope coil?
Coil's good because it basically allows you to attach it and then go down as far as you want. Rope, you have to stack and leave.
Oh, okay.
If that makes any
So,
sense
yeah,
whatsoever. I realize that basically was just gibberish, but like, you know.
Yeah, I'll just make a couple of these guys, the web rope coils.
So I'm gonna make
Let's
a.
see, plate. Man, this crafting interface looks like shit. Okay, wait, I don't have to scroll. I can just kind of do it. Okay, good.
Yeah. Don't worry. Iron pickaxe. Okay, I have gotten upgrades. Look, I've got an actual not shit sword now.
Nice. But great success.
You were watching Bruno.
I was watching Bruno.
Bruno is.
Well, that's from Borat, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It never vibed with me. It never hit that. I don't know. Bruno and Borat. I don't like seeing people that are uncomfortable, and that is an entire film franchise based around being uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's funny.
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
I'm down with it. I can see that in you. I know you're a fucking weirdo.
I get it. Don't worry. You know, sometimes we just have that in us, and we can't like get it out, so we gotta put it into someone else. So
Yeah, of course. We gotta invest. We gotta invest in somebody else.
yeah, something like that. I made a little chest in our home. It has.
You made a little chest.
Yeah. I'll put a wood hat on. Wait, what? Where is it? Oh, that's the actual one. Gotcha. I'm kind of dumb like that. But yeah. I gotta go out and do more things. I always feel like I'm not doing enough, but then I think about it for a little longer, and I'm just like, man. Nah, I need to sleep more. That's actually a big thing.
Yeah. Wait. Like in real life, you
Yeah,
need to
I need to sleep more. Like actually, it's like
like
not to.
What are you doing?
Well,
like, how late are you?
I'm like up working quite late actually. Cause like I'm working on shit for like the second channel. I'm working on shit for the secret project that I'm doing.
Oh, secret project.
You know what the secret project is? You're in the server.
Am I?
There is a third.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god! No way.
What you did?
I haven't. I might not have read it. Okay, hold on a
Oh
second.
well, God bless America. Regardless, I'm working on that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing that. I want to get that done, and I want to actually revamp and like actually do shit for the second channel, which is why I'm like getting shit for you and getting shit for Linky to work on simultaneously, so that like we can get shit done and everybody gets out and gets happy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you got me working at a snail's pace. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We'll set more stricter deadlines. I'll just start cracking the whip. I don't know, man. It's chill. Whatever.
Yeah,
happens.
you know what? Yeah, just crack the whip on me. I will. It will probably work.
Yeah, I've worked with people with ADHD. I am people with ADHD, but yeah. Got the Terra Blade, phone, Terra Spark, boots. Yeah, bro. The fuck did you just call me?
Huh? The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Yeah.
I'll have you know, I was...
God,
I don't
fucking... Of course you would go there. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna throw myself into traffic real quickly.
You're like, of course he would. I can't believe you didn't say that. You thought I was going the ninja route, didn't you? What the heck? A glow stick?
Yeah, glow sticks. They're the same as torches. You can't attach them to things, but they glow underwater.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're useful.
That's kind of sick. I can rave.
Something like that. You can collect them and just start throwing them in bunches. It's useful for some specific bosses. I saw something really wholesome today at my local game store. One of the things I do to get out is I go out and I go play games with people, because that's good. And in person, not online, not in the tabletop simulator, in like actual person. And we ended up like going in there, and like a bunch of kids came in, and I fucking hate kids. Absolutely cannot. There's a certain species of child that exists in my island that I don't see anywhere else, and they're literal monsters. Like,
What do you mean?
my roommate can attest to this, because he's just like, yeah, we had to call the cops on a bunch of like 10-year-olds the other day, and I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, I had to stay late, and he just told me this story about, he works at like a thrift store, and a bunch of kids came in, and apparently they just started dumping shit everywhere, like just dumping all the like Goodwill bins everywhere. And they started like dumping all their drinks on shit, and then they started like picking up like super soakers and like water guns that were like on the racks, and started trying to fill them with their water bottles so that they could start having like squirt gun wars in the store. And I'm just like, fucking hate kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Dude, okay, so Ottawa has a very not great breed of kid, I will say. Because when I was there,
the shit kid phenotype.
the shit kid phenotype, like legit, like where are your parents type phenotype.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. I hate
like
those.
it's like they already kind of got the crack stance type phenotype. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got the fence slump. You know, I got you.
Yeah. Where it's like, what's happening to you? Like, I can tell they're not doing the hardest thing ever, but like I can already tell they're like on the shithead route, you know? Like, okay, so this is what happened to me in Ottawa, is that when I was there, I was walking towards the Canadian like Parliament building, and this is near like the biggest mall in Ottawa as well. So like I was there, and like there was a couple of kids that were like no, 3 kids that were clearly on something, wearing like almost not clothes. And like
what do you
just
mean
kind
by
of like
what do you mean by kids? Like
13, 14-year-olds.
Jesus, that's younger than I was
Yeah.
expecting, actually.
Yeah, no. 13, 14-year-olds like wearing like barely clothes, and then like just kind of like trying to fly a kite in the middle of the street while just surrounded by crack addicts.
A kite. Okay, Ben
kite,
Franklin,
yes.
chill the fuck out. Like,
Yeah, of course. Like, hey, how can we get this kite to fly? How did you mine this much in like such a short period of time? How the fuck?
I am very efficient at this game.
I'm not good at this game.
Nah,
at
it
all.
takes time once you know what you're doing. Just explore around. If you want
Alright.
to, if you want some help figuring shit out, I could point you in the right direction.
Okay, so a little minecart shows up when I hover over the thing. Okay, so I can just kind of
Right click it. Yeah, and if you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
get
yeah.
out, you just hit E.
This is cool.
Yeah, you can set up your own minecart rails. Oh shit, hi.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, no.
Oh, cool. There's grinding.
Yeah. There's a little breaky break. It's kind of cool. But yeah, no, shit kids are kind of common here. The only time, and it's one of the, like, all of my experiences with children in my local area, is quite literally, like, based around, if you're efficient in the same way you're good at Dark Souls 2, I'm going to have a fucking stroke. You just hate me because you ain't me, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Did something happen when you were playing through Dark Souls 2?
Nah, every time I play Dark Souls, everybody who I know who plays Dark Souls, any of them, is just like, hey, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, hey, don't do that. That's stupid. There's other ways to do that. And I'm like, I'm getting the same results as you, just doing it my way. So what the fuck is the problem there? I'm sorry I'm not the
Yeah.
Mozart of Dark Souls like you are. I'll do whatever I fucking damn well please. Yeah. Estus Flask?
whatever,
Yeah,
he's-
okay.
He's definitely a skeleton. Estus Flask.
Yeah.
Listen, they haven't seen me play Dark Souls or Sekiro or any Souls like for that matter. You know what? I have what's it called? Elden Ring. We should play that together at some point.
Do the Elden Ring seamless co-op mod?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be down, but that's a commitment.
I'm really bad at that game.
I'm pretty good at it, actually. I beat the
Alright,
game
alright.
alone. I did pretty good. I beat it alone twice, and I ain't a little pussy. I beat Melania. I beat her. Not without cheesing, but I did it. Did I beat the DLC? No. I didn't want to. How can Dark Souls 2 be peak without femboys? What?
What the fuck, giant worm?
Yeah, there's worms. The deeper you go, the weirder shit you find.
Yeah, I'm here and I'm just like kind of shuriken. Ooh,
Shuriken.
I'm
Shuriken.
yeah, I'm shuriken.
Goddamn
Rejoice.
right.
Ah!
Dude, goddamn right she is.
I'm dying.
Shout out to like one of the greatest Napoleon quotes I've ever heard. I return in 3 days. Don't wash.
Oh my god.
Said that to his wife.
Sure you can.
Uh.
He liked the taste of it. He liked the taste of it. Listen, he's real like that. He's a real one like that. Oh my god, I'm getting absolutely schmuggle fucked. I'm getting absolutely assaulted.
Anyone can be a femboy if you're brave or drunk enough. I'm sorry. I'm okay.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god! Please help! Help! Help!
Yeah, just get on a minecart. You'll be fine. Nothing bad's gonna happen.
I'm trying to climb up to the minecart. I went down to the ground.
Yeah, also keep an eye out for treasure chests, because those have the best items in them.
You know, I've been smacking them. Oh wait, what is that?
Oh, you right-click them to open them.
Okay, wait. Maybe I should use my health. I should run away and use my health potion.
Oh, I forgot. I have a blowpipe. That's not what I wanted. Ornifex, my beloved crows you have. You just like Ornifex because you like ass.
Why was there a wall there where there was none before? Oh
like-
my god, vehicular manslaughter.
I feel like I'm too mean to my chat from time to time.
Oh yeah, you're being so rude to them. What the frick?
I
man?
still
We're
think
supposed to
about
be
the time
Canadian.
where someone, I forgot who it was like, hey, Fallout New Vegas or Has-Been Hotel, and I didn't answer the question, I just said, save some autism for the rest of us.
Yeah, that was so mean. That was the last stream I was on with you. Who doesn't love ass? I love ass personally. I'm a fan of large ass.
Who doesn't love ass?
Yeah, exactly.
Godspeed. This is the fandom that I've propagated.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? They're goated. They're kind of goated. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. I have this like policy where like if anybody asks, oh, by the way, just to shout out everybody, if you go into the description of this stream, you will find that there is a link to the Discord server. It is a public Discord, and I'm about to shit talk it. I am the mascot of that Discord server. I do not really make any leanings on anybody in there unless I am directly asked to, or I notice something particularly unjust that I want to lean on. It's just because I don't care enough. I think that once I start seeing myself as like the head of a community, I feel uncomfortable. It's just not for me. And there's so many people in there that like, I'm like, yeah, okay, this is whatever. I want it to be the community server, not my server to like talk to people that are in the community. Yeah. I just find it's better for me that way. But like because of that, I do not have any control whatsoever over just like the dichotomy. Like I have no control over who does what or what does who in there. So that has led to the weird organic inorganic growth of that server going into such weird directions. How do I say this properly? I just don't... There's waves. Like, everybody will show up, and then there'll just be, like, a specific community of individuals that shows up, and then they band together, and they share memes in that way. It goes from degenerate to puritanical every now and then. It waxes and wanes with the rising and setting of the moon. It's very interesting to watch in real time, because I lurk in the chat, obviously. And it's very bizarre, I will state.
It's a bizarre adventure, some might say.
Yeah, something like that. Bombs for faster mining, best strat TBH. Because I'm in this for the long haul and having a great time. I enjoy this game. It is my peaceful little thing.
I'm having such a meanwhile I'm over here like help me help.
Okay, when I return, I shall give you all of my minerals, and you can do what you wish. But yeah, no, the game is just about collecting and building up resources, and then building better houses and shit.
I'm trying to get out of here so I can actually use the resources I've collected. I'm like
Yeah,
try to get out of the
we should get a potion table so you can get a recall. If I find a magic mirror, I'll give it to you. Magic mirrors are infinite use items. They allow you to just go back to spawn.
I have a lesser healing potion, gold ore. Okay. Let's see here. Crafting window, iron bar. Cool.
Okay,
Nice,
I gotta
five
break out a
iron bar.
Connor Classic, which is something that I do to like almost everybody whenever I stream. And I have to say, Kolani, buddy old pal, gun to your head. So don't think about it too much. Doesn't matter what the answer is, I just want an answer. What is your favorite video game?
Favorite video game? I have to think about that for a sec. Right now, just off the top of my head, favorite game that I like to play the most, like, is like just casually, probably like Marvel Rivals. Either that, or if I'm being really real, it's like the game I play the most as of late is probably also Subway Surfers.
Wow. Favorite game, Subway Surfers.
Not favorite, just most played, probably. Just to be real, yeah.
That's... Okay.
Bro said you just wanted an answer.
I
Clearly
did,
like-
you know what? I did want an answer. And I got an answer.
Yeah. You got an answer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I gave
did.
you Subway Surfers and Marvel Rivals. Those are the two
Those
games
are
I'm playing the most
not
right
what
now.
I would have even guessed. That's very interesting.
Yeah. But like otherwise though, game I've been playing, games I've played like a lot throughout my life. Actually, you know what? Probably Mario 64. My favorite
That's a
game.
respectable choice. That's a...
Just because I really love the movement in that game a lot. Okay, so I have 5 iron ore, so I should be able to... Oh, I got a fallen star. I got several fallen stars. That's
Yes,
cool.
fallen stars, if you actually take them to a crafting bench, you can make things to increase your mana. Which, mana actually is used to cast spells, which can get pretty nutty.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
I got some recall potions for you if you want them.
I'll take them in
Yarr.
a minute. Yarr. Yarr. Yarr.
Let me just make
Oh, there's
some
an eyeball. There's a little eyeball.
Yeah,
wants
the
me.
eyeballs are responsible for like like creating a boss fight. You gotta, if you get 10 of
Do
them,
I
you
kill
can make a
him?
lens that summons the Eye of Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
I love
All right,
looking up like
Cthulhu.
how you're supposed to pronounce Cthulhu.
All right, let's see.
Because he made a
Sticky
pronunciation
glue
guide and it makes no sense.
stick. Jester's arrow.
Yeah, I forgot what it does, but it does do something.
10 range damage, 5 range damage. So it's just really powerful.
Yeah, it's a better arrow.
Okay, cool. All
What
right.
do I want to make next?
And the
Okay.
fallen star. Okay. Oh, so the fallen star is used to make that. Okay. But what about the... Okay, I can make a wooden sword. I can make a copper axe, but I already have a copper short sword. A godly copper pickaxe for some reason.
Yeah.
When did it become godly? Has it always been godly?
Godly is the randomly generated perk. Whenever you make a weapon, it has a chance of getting a thing. Each one
Okay.
does something differently.
I have iron bar. Wait, was I supposed to use iron bar? Do I use iron ore or iron bar to make materials?
Iron ore makes iron bars, and the bars are used to make things. If you want some,
Okay.
I'm putting more iron bars in here that you can use to make stuff.
Yeah, because I want to make iron pickaxe, hopefully to like mine faster, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah, no, feel free to take whatever I put in there. I'm putting this as like the collective tool chest, so I'm just putting whatever. There's some recall potions in there too. Use those wherever you are, and they'll just spawn wherever. Oh look, it's a rain slime. I love these dudes.
You got a tungsten bar. Okay, hold on a sec. Because I had like 5 iron bars, but I thought that would be enough to make a sword, but I guess not.
No,
okay,
well,
there
I
it is.
put about 20 in there, so you can take those.
I'll just take 1 to make a.
Take
iron
whatever you
pickaxe.
need. I'm gonna go check out the desert for a sec. So I want to get some sand. Are you playing with Crimson or Corruption? Don't know. I chose randomly. And I didn't check the world when we logged in, so... I low-key hate the Crimson more, but the Corruption's usually easier, so... So
Yeah, I'm
basically,
not gonna use.
when
all
you
of them.
generate a world, one of 2 eldritch abominations will become apparent, and they begin to slowly spread throughout. The blocks get eaten up over time. It's either the Crimson or the Corruption. Purple or red, basically. I never liked the Corruption, or the Crimson. It's always so much worse. I collect cactus.
Acorn, lesser healing potion. I'm gonna put my
Yeah.
old.
So you were more of a GameCube kind of guy, not a PlayStation then.
I was.
Okay.
I was definitely more of a GameCube kind of guy. I did not use. Like, but these days, I grew up with the PSP, and like I did have family that played the PS2 a lot, so I liked, like, kind of experiencing those games through them.
No,
It was
that's
a lot
fair.
of fun. Yeah,
Um,
I love the PS2 era. Actually, I've been like kind of trying to get into it more.
Yeah.
Can I pick up this guy's like umbrella or no? Is that just
Nah,
kind
unfortunately you can't. I'd love to,
of, I want to get it.
but
Yellow slime.
you know me. My fascination with PS2 era horror games is almost uncomfortable to witness.
Yeah, but that's fine. I don't mind it.
It'd be weird if you did.
It would be weird if I did. Listen, I like learning about the weird PS2 horror games that you've played. Or like Dreamcast horror games in some occasions, such as the Ring Terrors realm.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Wait, did you upload that at all, or
I believe
is
it's
that
up.
waiting?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, yeah.
All the shorts
Yeah,
are up.
'cause-
I just don't know. Oh, I found a living tree or whatever they're called. I don't know. It's got a treasure chest in it that usually has magic bullshit.
Are you above?
I'm above ground. Yeah, I'm just adventuring a little bit out here.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, sweet. There's a chest in here.
Warning
It's
radar.
empty.
Detect enemies. Can of worms.
And a drone. It's more like.
Yeah. It should be up. I think some of them didn't go live. But I really did like that short.
Rule of Rose playthrough 1.
Fucking never. That game sucks. It's
What, the Yu-Gi-Oh one?
no, the Rule of Rose. It's one of my favorite horror games of all time. It's like, imagine one of the most complex, esoteric, surrealist stories about like abuse, trauma, and like death, as well as like growing up, with a lot of complex narratives around like SA and shit. And they're just like, wow, it's also through the lens of a horror game where all the aesthetics are really good. The entire like soundtrack is like piano and it's very orchestral, yet the gameplay is so ass that it actually ruins the experience for 90% of people who play it, including me.
I can't stand it.
Now, I played through the game once, never the fuck again, unfortunately. That game is so uncomfortably bad to play through. It's just not even fun. It's not even worth it. It's
What
actually
is it with horror being like the medium that has like the most hit or miss type like content ever? Like, is either absolutely dog shit horrible, or like just generally it's like amazing. Like either way, there's no like middle ground with horror.
my thing is, it's because it's like you either so horror isn't about being scary. Horror is an emotion in and of itself. You can be horrified. Horror is like an extent beyond fear. So, with that being said, if you are going to cause horror in someone, you need to have an understanding of how people think, and you need to be a little understanding of how emotions work and how to, like, manipulate them. So if you understand how horror works well, generally speaking, you are able to make good horror games. Man, there's a storm.
Well, just because one can make good horror does not mean someone can make good horror games.
Exactly.
It's like the thing that you were talking about. It sounds like it's good horror. It's just a horribly executed video game with really bad controls.
Yeah, it also is like one of the most interesting historical precedents for kind of ruining games journalism for like a little bit, all because of a lie.
What do you mean?
So, God, there's like this like incredibly long-standing history. I think it took like years of what do you call it? Rule of rose with the Italian Senate, all because of a lie. Now, the lie was that someone told an Italian senator that there's this horror game, Rule of Rose, that has a child SA scene in it, and they said it was the Rule of Rose, which I've played that game. It does not. That was just a lie, and they pointed to an article that was written, I think, in the early 2000s that caused it. And this Italian senator, without even playing the game, immediately was like, "These video games have gone too far!" And he's like, he basically...
God, reel it in.
Yeah, like, he was like, he went in. He was going out. He wanted to, like, basically go on this crusade to, like, stop video games from existing, I guess. He just wanted to, like, make it so that all games were censored and basically just arcade games from the 80s again. So he went out to ban all violent video games, and he was talking about how, like, the Rule of Rose was an example as to the filth that existed today because it had, like, obvious depictions of, like SA. And I'm like, yeah, and he brought it to court, and the thing was, it got really far in court for some reason because no one played the game. I'm oversimplifying it because it, like, goes crazy far. Like, it just does so much. There's so much to it. But yeah, it's just genuinely one of the most interesting stories to hear about how the Rule of Rose ended up, like, basically causing, like, a change in how, like, truth in journalism, like, was represented for this specific media. It's kind of crazy.
Is tungsten green?
Blood would tap out in Drakengard. You say that? I tried to stream Drakengard. That game's ass. Love it though. That game is ass, but it's like my kind of ass.
Yeah, bro. See, who doesn't love a little bit of ass? I'm sorry. I read you were slain as you were Islam, and I was like, what the fuck do you mean I was Islam?
Going weird directions with this, yeah. But basically,
I dyslexia that shit.
Yeah, but basically the history of the Rule of Rose caused a shift in the entirety of the European market to, like, in terms of, like, truth in advertising type shit. Because, like, I think it should be a law that if you're going to complain about video games, you have to play them. Because one lady showed up and was just like, yeah, I played the game just to understand what you're talking about. It's not in there. What you're talking about did not happen once.
Yeah.
It's
props to that one lady for actually doing the due diligence and actually seeing if the game had the thing to begin with.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But because of that, there's a reason why there's only a PAL version of Rule of Rose, because it was never distributed in the United States because of this.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I know too
That's
much obscure lore about this stupid shit.
Bro, listen, man. You have a YouTube channel for it. It's out there in the world.
It's not a single
sure.
ounce of hiding it anymore, is there? Yeah, kind
No,
of not.
I mean sorry, you kind of. I mean, you
No, I'm
mentioned it
not. That's
before.
not even. I'm just saying that aloud to myself because someone just dead ass in the chat of one of my like recent videos was like, "Hey, so like you haven't posted there in like a couple of months. Is it just a dead channel?" And I was just like, "Nah, I'm working on like 3 videos at once right now for that channel. It's gonna be a little bit before anything comes out, but like don't worry, it's not dead." And I just name dropped the channel there, so it's like it's not even hiding it anymore.
It's not even difficult, yeah, to find it.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did I end up that last time?
Oh. I'm in Snowland and
Oh.
I'm confused.
Snowland.
I also
Where
got a
the-
magic item that turns sand into sand castles, so that's kind of cool.
Ooh, that is kind of cool.
Yar.
Yar. Yar, root beer, yar. Oh wait, I still have all my items? You don't lose them when you die?
Nope.
Oh, that's cool.
You just lose half your gold. That's it.
Oh, that's fine, but I can go back to where I was and just find it all.
Yep, there's a time limit, but it's like 5 minutes. You don't really
What's
need
this
money
thing?
right now anyway, just because, like, we don't have any merchants unlocked.
Kolani's skull was crushed by yellow slime. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't even have much gold. I had silver and copper.
Yeah. You said copper with such a strong Canadian accent. That was really funny.
What, copper?
Yeah, you say that. I can't be the only one who isn't hearing that, right? Chat, you hear that? He says copper funny. I say copper funny too.
Do I? You say copper the same way I say it.
Yeah, no, you said copper normally, but you said copper like it was CAWPPER.
Copper, yeah.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, nah. See, there's a.
How am I supposed to say it? Coper?
No, copper. I don't know. You hit the
Copper,
you hit the
yeah.
O and the W part of that in the enunciation pretty damn hard. It's really funny.
Yeah. Copper? I don't know how I'm meant to pronounce it other than that. Genuinely? That's how the fuck?
Nah, it's like when
Then
you-
again, I know. Okay, you know what? Other people have like pointed out I hit AR words funny.
Yeah, no, Mia, it's the
Like,
T and D's blend together with me pretty hard.
Yeah. They blend. I
Yeah,
don't fucking know.
Yeah. It's actually the other way around. I'll say that instead of that.
Oh yeah, and that, this and that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've got like when I say car, people are like, "Wow,
Ooh,
you're so funny." Car.
I hear
bar.
it. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
Canadian thing.
car. It's the Canadian thing, yeah.
It's like when you like you hear an Irish
I-
person say R, they say or.
Yeah, core.
No, they're just the
or,
letter R.
The letter or. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we hit that R really hard.
Yeah. I know that
Really hard,
Canada's
yeah.
known for like adding OU, like the sound, not even the writing of it, like the OU sound.
Yeah, but I think that's more a Western thing, Western Canada thing, because I don't know, hour. I say hour, but some people say hour.
Yeah.
Or like, not too sure. But yeah. Blood.
Say about.
About, yeah.
Yeah, there
Like,
it is.
I think
heard it.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about. Yeah, there it is.
About. I
Yeah,
don't say
it's-
about. Yeah, I say about. Like, what are you
About.
talking about?
It sounds like you're almost saying a boat, which I say that too.
Yeah,
I'm pretty guilty of it.
Yeah, it's about. Like if you're supposed to pronounce it in the beautiful American way.
Queen's English.
The Queen's English. Yeah. No, what are you talking about? I have no. What do you mean?
Oh, bro.
Whatever do you mean?
Bro hit the OU like I got kicked in the stomach.
Yeah. Ow.
Sorry, I thought that was really funny.
All right. I think I'm gonna have to call it for the night.
Yeah,
just 'cause
I was
got
literally,
work
I
to do
literally
now.
just looked at the clock. I was like, man.
Man, we've been
I'm
playing.
tired. Okay, I'm gonna use a recall
Good night,
potion to head
Kyle.
back to base.
I both.
Here.
I've heard many Canadians pronouncing a boot. Yeah, I don't say a boot. I say about.
Yeah, that's more of like a central Canadian thing. I've heard like people in like Toronto in that area kind of speaking that
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah. Okay, so you say Toronto as well, because I've been made fun of for not being Canadian enough for not saying Toronto, but I'm not from the area.
Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, I'm from Ontario, but
Fucking yeah. Sorry, I don't. I think it's more like the more French Canadian you are, the weirder you say shit. I have like 0% French Canadian in me. It's just not even. Yeah.
it's just you're closer to the Quebecois than you are to Ontario.
Yeah.
But like I grew up in Ontario. I used to say Toronto, but for some reason I think being here has affected my accent because you know what? Now I do. You know what? Now that you mention it, I do the T and D things. Like I say, like I don't even know. I hit the D harder than I used to. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. You shut the fuck up, piece of shit.
I'm sorry, fucking. I'm a very
So-
weak and sickly monkey, so I see that low-hanging fruit, and I'm like, a hungry.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Well, at least I'm not like the French Canadians that say H when there is none, and then they don't say the H when there is one.
Yeah, no, that does happen quite a lot actually. But
Yeah.
regardless, everybody, I'm gonna close everything down now. Save and exit. Beautiful. Thank you all
How
for
do I
showing
save and
up,
exit?
everybody. I appreciate you all for being here. I'm tired. Kolani has a normal human job to do and not some shitty YouTube thing. So I'm glad you could make it. I look forward to reading the manga that you wanted me to read. What was it called again?
Yeah. Bug ego.
Yeah. So for those who want to stay involved, I've been challenged to read the first 3 chapters of a manga by the name of Bug Ego, and then next week we are going to be discussing it live on stream. If you want to join in, feel free to read it and enjoy the conversation. I am going to attempt to read the whole thing because it's only 8 chapters, but I think I could get it done. We'll see. Anything you want to say, Kolani?
No, not much. Thank you for coming to this stream. I hope everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
Also, goodbye, Venezuela, dude.
Yeah.
Mi venezolano.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let me just get the right music on. Okay. Thank you all for showing up, and I shall see you next week. Same time, same place.
Bye.